Hello everybody and welcome to the Gilded Flask, where adventure is never far. Glad to have you with us for another episode 19. We're getting to that 20. Oh, we're getting very close. Good to have you everyone. Hello. My name is Barry and I will be your dungeon master for this session and many sessions to come, hopefully. And I'm joined by three wonderful people. Please introduce yourselves.
Hey, I'm Anne. I play Carla Lilacott, the inquisitive College of Spirits bard who's fucking pissed.
Hi there, I'm Daniel, and I play John Varenthal. Or I play with John Varenthal, the puppet of paladinness.
And I'm Marissa. I play Casariel, the Aesmar Twilight Cleric.
If you are visiting us on Twitch live, then you are noticing that we're streaming live on Twitch. Wow, that is a sentence. My mind went like another direction as I was talking. That's great. But we are live on Twitch as we record this. So if you want to catch us live, please visit us on twitch.tv/thegildedflask. You can chat with us, and during our breaks, you can also live chat with us on the Discord. You can find the Discord over on Twitch and also on YouTube. If you can't catch us live on Saturday, then we do upload our episodes on Monday to YouTube. Where you can watch them and rewatch them and rewatch them for eternity. Oh, yes. Our socials are over there as well. If you can give us follows everywhere, that would be absolutely amazing. We have a couple of awesome people that we also would like to shout out for their great additions to our game. Those are in no particular order: Dechunner and Paradox for creating our amazing character art, Pyram King, James RPG Art, and DM Andy for the great, wonderful maps and content that we're using in this module, and Tabletop Audio, Scott Buckley, Phoenix Music, Alex Kazan, and Alexander Nakarada for the great musical scores that we have in the background. Oh yes. And with that, let's head into the tale.
Tell me, do you like ghost stories? I've been investigating people vanishing mysteriously into the night, never to return. It looks like I've found out where they've been.
Good evening. I don't like this place. The air feels heavier.
Did you hear that?
What do you mean he's watching?
In this place, nothing is what it seems.
We come from an ancient land.
There's no time for this. What are you looking for?
This place has taken my father and my mother. It will not have me.
We gotta move, now!
Oh, I do love a good mystery.
Barovia is mine, and so are you.
I'm gonna say it. It's such a good intro. I love it. Every single week. Marissa, thank you so much for making that amazing intro. That was so great. I would love watching that every single time. Yeah. We're professionals.
Well, we work with professionals.
I love it. Well, I mean, that does help.
I love it.
It's a product of love. I mean, that at the very least, right? It's a product of love. So,
Yeah, and that was
last
very
week.
collaborative, actually, because I've never said this before, but Papa did make the musical soundtrack to that and also put in all of the voiceovers, which definitely influenced the video creation. So it was very collaborative. As
Something
well.
about one hand
helped.
washing the other. You put it up on YouTube, you know?
I don't know if I even did that. I said a line or two. That was fun.
As a matter of fact, you might be right. I might have been the one that uploaded it. Yeah. Okay. So, but we all helped because our voices were still definitely there. The voices that you heard in that intro are made by all of us.
You just used me for my vocals.
Yes, I did. And now we're going to use your
Girls
character
are
so much
fighting.
more. Oh, man. So, what happened last session? If memory serves, last session you became members of a cult. You decided to, yes, you decided to visit Lady Vakta in her house, and you staked out what she was doing. And you noticed that she went to her basement, so you decided to follow her. And following her into the basement, you were summoned into her ritual chamber, if you will, with a couple of really creepy people in black robes and skull-faced masks. And you had a nice chat with her. She explained her motives a little bit. She told a little bit about what the cult was all about, and she coaxed you to join it because, well, your wishes and your goals align to a certain degree, and you guys thought it best to indeed join her because the alternative was death. So, might have been a good idea. So you're members of a cult right now. That was great. You left Lady Walker's house and you felt like, you wanted to murder something because, wow, that was something. So you went outside of town. You ran into a couple of scarecrows, I believe it was, and you killed those like they were twigs.
Very
which
flammable.
Essentially they are, with a bit of sackcloth around it. But yes, Fireball was indeed the one that I did not expect over there. So that was a quick fight.
I think
you went back to town and you went to sleep. Did I skip anything? I feel I did.
At the beginning, we talked to our good friend Lungari. I think that was last
right.
episode. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, you started over talking with Lungari, and you wanted to cut his head off. And to your surprise, he was actually pretty groveling and friendly and scared of you. And he divulged a lot of information. And he told you that there is another Vistani camp close by. Just outside of Vallaki, because the Vistani aren't allowed in Vallaki. And you guys let him go with that information, seeing as he was no longer a threat to you. You almost sympathized with him. Yeah, so you are in the Blue Water Inn right now, in your usual room. Having spent the night, so if you haven't done your long rest just yet, feel free to apply it, because I don't think we just did that. But in case you did, then it's fine. But we're starting off at the Blue Water Inn. Yes, that is what we are.
Oh, man. Yeah, Dava mentioned there was something about meat tacos in the last episode.
And there was something about meat tacos. And if you want to know all about that, then either look at our socials or look at our previous episode on YouTube.
Yep. If you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and hit that hit the button that goes back to the previous one in the playlist.
Yeah, that was definitely something.
And you can't leave. I'm sorry.
I know.
Nope.
I know.
I think you'll find it was a perfectly innocent.
It was.
Don't spend yourself. Let's move on. We're at the Blue Water.
I don't know where
Inn.
she's.
New day, new dawn.
Yeah, I'm not sure where she's supposed to find that, but I'm pretty sure. Yes, let's move on.
I'm sticking by that.
Alrighty.
All right, so it's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new light.
For me.
For you. And you're in the Blue Water Inn. What is your next move? Let's just say, for time's sake, by the way, you slept through the night, so it's just early morning.
Okay.
I think Carla's going to wake up a little bit earlier and go down and socialize with the locals before heading to the Vistani camp. I think that's our plan today.
I feel better than usual today. It's always good to...
Casariel... Sorry, go ahead, John.
It's always good to have some exercise before you take a rest. We had a good fight.
Casariel is outside doing her morning meditation and prayers to the Morning Lord.
I wake up and roll out of bed and say all that, and nobody's in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're busy women.
So you're outside doing that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So again, it is a very cloudy day in Barovia. What's new? It is a little misty. It's a little cold, a little drab. Slight rain. Very slight rain today. But bit drab and whatnot. But it's definitely morning, so the sun has come up. You feel because it is light outside. You're doing your hymns and prayers and what you do outside, right?
Yes.
All right. So roll me a d20, please. No, a d12, please.
D12. Okay. 10.
10. All right. Invigorated by yesterday's battle and proceedings, and the fact that you've done something, you pray to the morning lord and do your morning routine. And interestingly enough, you do feel a little bit more invigorated than usual. You can add 5 temporary hit points to your hit point balance.
Muy bien.
Okay.
John, you get nothing because you rolled out of bed.
Oh no, I'm fine.
Let's go kill some
You get a
shit.
splinter.
No, so John's gonna come out of the bedroom, and I imagine that Carla's downstairs socializing, so he's just sort of gonna lean over the banister and just watch, sort of keep an eye out on everything. He likes the peace up here.
All right. So looking downstairs, I imagine, Casara, you're like over there somewheres. John, you're upstairs, so I'm just gonna put you over there.
I'm fine.
Carla, you can put yourself wherever you want to be. But you're at the bar at the moment.
So these are all the people that are still at the bar, yes?
It is early morning, so that is a good point, because I set this up for last night. If it's early morning, let's see. She shouldn't be here. He shouldn't be here. They are definitely not here. The rest is. I can live with the rest.
Okay, so she is going to grab the breakfast that she was intending on grabbing, and then making her way over to this lovely gentleman who she's talked to before. Who wasn't all that friendly. She's going to sit down, and she's going to what she's going to do is she's going to show sort of a little bit of the cult like necklace that they were given. She kind of like takes it out, fiddles with it for a moment, and then puts it away and sees if he notices it.
He has like a mouth stuffed full with egg and bacon, and he sees you doing that. And he looks at you and he says, did I just hear like lightning somewhere?
Lightning?
Like that wasn't
Yeah.
me.
I was like, was that in the game or was that here? Because that was a big strike outside.
It was me.
We heard that from here.
Yeah. Okay, I'm not scared. What are you talking about?
Okay, so just to be clear, I'm a dungeon master. I influence a lot in this game. I did not do that.
And
Holy shit.
secondarily, if I do happen to lose power, you'll know. That's all I have to say. I don't.
Wow, so we have some lightning in the background. That's cool.
Oh yeah, very setting the mood. Thank you. Curse of Strahd is now a little bit more thematic.
Oh,
Well, I
gosh,
guess
that's coming my way next.
I guess if it's dictated, it's dictated. Let me add some rain to it. There we go. So it's rainy today. So he's sitting there, mouthful of egg and bacon, eating and looking at you at the same time. And he sees you fiddling with that medallion. He's like, "Mom, talk to my mom, maybe."
Oh yeah, she's a very charming lady. It's up to all sorts of interesting things at her book club.
Yeah. He looks
Have you-
like not really that interested.
Oh, okay. So, I mean, that's your mother. What an impressive lineage. Is your father still around?
Kinda.
Kinda?
Yeah, he's sick.
Oh dear. It's unfortunate. What sort of illness? I've come across Benny in my time and travels. Might have a
I
solution.
don't know. He's just in bed all the time. Like, mom takes care of him.
What do you get up to? What's there to do in Valaki? I feel like we've been here for an eternity. Wow, that's lightning.
That
That's
is
storm.
freaky as hell.
Yeah.
No, it's cool. It's cool. Like,
Okay.
please
You might
keep
want
it
to
going.
mute a little bit, bud.
I'll keep it going, I guess.
Yeah. Oh gosh. God, sound happy today, but what the fuck is there to do in Valaki, really?
He looks at you and he says, so many things you can do in Valaki. You can, you know, I mean, it's probably not for you, but, you know, you can, there's places you can go to have some fun.
What age are you?
I've just turned 18. Why?
I still think that's quite young to be visiting the places I visited here.
Okay. Well, to each their own. I like visiting the places that I visit. So what's it to you?
I mean, you know... She kind of squints at him for a moment. It's like, just turned 18. Oh, interesting. Okay. This has been entirely unhelpful. I hope you get a better, sunnier disposition soon. She'll get up and leave.
I will once I visit the when I go to my things.
Oh. I'm sure your mother would love to know you're hanging out there. Okay. She's going to hop on over. I think you might need to mute.
I'm gonna mute. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, that's okay.
I can do you one better.
Oh my god.
Battle of the Lightning. I'm better.
We've talked a lot to him. We haven't talked a lot to him. So Carla will take her breakfast, scoot over here, pop up on the seat. And she's going to look at this guy, and as she's sort of like leaning over, again, she kind of like a little flash of the necklace before tucking it away, just to see if there's any reaction.
You see him like noticing that in the corner of his eye. He's just drinking coffee, by the way. He notices it in the corner of his eye and just intently stares at his coffee.
I'm so sorry, are you the blacksmith here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you make plate armor, anything of a higher quality? Could you do customs?
Yeah, I could. I guess.
You could?
Yeah.
How long would it take you?
He sizes you up like visually and he says, "For you?"
Oh, not for me.
Oh.
Yeah. Man round your size.
Oh, well, there's measurements and all that. We need to get the material. Probably about a week.
A week, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Alright. Have you heard anything interesting going on in town recently? I feel like it's been dead boring.
Well, you said another festival. From what I heard is the next festival is coming in soon. So there's, joy and rejoicement and all that for all of us. Long live the Burgermeister.
Oh, yeah. Of course. I mean, what inane theme has he picked this time? Masquerade?
Something about music. I don't know. I'm not in charge of those things.
Have you had many dealings with the Burgermeister?
I mean, he's our Burgermeister, so yeah, I guess. I'm not sure.
People of Valaki are so unhelpful. Okay, and she's just going to get up and leave to go join Casariel outside.
All right.
Yeah. I might get some tea out of anyone, but it didn't seem to work.
As you walk towards the exit, you catch sight of the fact that the elf that is sitting in the corner has been watching you very intently while smoking his pipe and reading a book.
Oh, if he's doing that, then she's absolutely going to kind of like, I imagine she very confidently walks towards the door, notices that, and like very much like shimmies right back and slides into the seat. And she's like, how are you doing this morning? I mean, it really is a miracle you're alive, considering how many interactions you've had with my lovely associate.
I'm not quite sure what you mean by that, but yes, it is a beautiful day, except for the rain and constant thunder.
I know, the lightning. It's rather intense today. Any news?
Seems to be.
I believe my friend told me you're a storyteller. You like to perform.
I've traveled with the circus for a while, and that didn't work out. So I decided to travel as a storyteller, and practically call this in my home now. So yeah, I like a good story. What about you?
Did you s-
You seem
oh,
like
yes.
someone who is of the same persuasion.
Yes, did you study the bardic ways? Personally, I was within my own college.
Yes, I did. It's been a little while, but yes, I have.
For me, about 50 years, yes.
Yes, yeah, same for me. Just about.
You don't look a day over... What doesn't he look a day over? Like 30?
If you'd have like the human equivalent, you would have him looking at about 30 to 40. Yes.
30. You don't look a day over 30. Oh my goodness. You're an elf, yes?
Oh yes, and well, either you're a very attractive human, or who's just grown a little short, or you might be a halfling.
I would be, yes. I come from a smaller halfling town, but I made my way towards Neverwinter. Have you always travelled within this area? Do you remember where you were originally from?
Oh no, I come from so many places, but I've been living in Waterdeep for a long time. But I've been to Neverwinter quite a few times. Yes.
It's a lovely place. It's so lovely to finally meet someone who knows what the fuck Neverwinter is. I mean, I feel like everyone I talk to here acts as if the only thing in the world that exists is Barovia.
I know. It's a different kind of people, but once you get to know them, they're not that terrible.
Have you ever wanted to leave?
There are some things that I would still want to do over here before I do, but yeah, maybe at some point.
I mean, possibly what? We've been here for this maybe over a week, and I feel like I'm going insane in circles.
Once I go to a place, I want to talk with everyone. And I haven't had the chance to meet everyone that is of interest. So I'll be staying a little while longer until I have the feeling that I did.
For anyone in particular, we might be able to introduce you.
Well, there is, of course, but of course you don't know them.
Oh, come on. We know.
Have you ever talked to the abbot?
The abbot, like in Kresk?
Yes.
No, we actually have a little bit of some dealings in Kresk. We have to rectify a situation we caused, not on purpose, on accident, but once that happens, we would actually be able to enter.
Oh, is that so? What did you do?
Oh, we went up there with someone and then they ran away in the night, and now we're, searching for them, but we were blamed for them going missing. Terrible.
Short-sighted, yes. So, what is your plan? Are you going to sneak into town?
Oh, no. We made a little deal with the Lord in Kresk. If we brought him some wine, got the Wizard of Wines back up and running, we would,
yes, the Wizard of Wines.
maybe some champagne, we might be able to get our way back into Kresk, prove ourselves as worthy people or whatever the fuck. But we would be able to visit the abbot then.
As you mention the champagne, he starts to laugh at you. And he says, well, good luck finding that. That's more expensive than platinum.
Really?
Yes, they don't make it anymore.
They don't, so it's all old bottles.
Let me let you in on a little secret. The Wizard of Wines is a winery that serves as, well, the only winery in the region. So they make all the wine. If something goes wrong there, nobody gets wine. And as you can imagine, in some places in this country, if there's no wine, there's nothing to warm your belly at night. And if there's nothing to even warm you, then only despair survives. People need something to cling to be happy with. And well, as unfortunate as it might sound, sometimes wine is the only lasting little virtue that these people can afford. So the Wizard of Wines is an important task. And they have a large orchid with grapes to make their wines. They make 3 of them. Well,
Grape
used
mash
to.
number 2.
that's one.
The red dragon one, is it?
Yes, Red Dragon Crush. There you go. That's the second one. It's a slightly more expensive wine, but they do make it. And then there is the third one, the Champagne Duelists, which is their champagne variety. They haven't made that for a long while. Rumor has it that they have run out of fertile ground for those grapes and they have spoiled the last batch. There's no more seeds, no more grapes, no more champagne.
Oh. Probably there's a bottle or 2 knocking around in there.
Oh, I'd imagine so. Perhaps you can go ahead and ask them. They're actually a family of, but perhaps I shouldn't tell you.
Oh, tell me, go on. Oh, come on. We're 2 storytellers. We like to share our knowledge. If you tell me something, I'll
Alright.
tell you something.
All right. A story for a story. That's fair. They're actually a family of the owners. Over here.
Oh, yes. I knew that.
Oh. Well, there you go. But what you might not have known is that they're not exactly on good terms.
Aren't they? Do you know why?
No. Oh, familiar relations. Maybe you should ask them yourself. Maybe they'd be inclined to tell you. But familiar relations and a different view on running the business, if you will. See, the Martikovs over here in the inn run the inn, but the Martikovs of the Wizard of Wines run a business that spans all the inns, all the places. So a difference in opinion on how to run the business might eventually happen. So I, of course, don't know all the details, but yeah,
Of course.
there's something brewing there.
Interesting. Good to keep in mind.
Brewing.
Brewing.
That is incredibly, incredibly useful information. Thoroughly appreciate it. Have you ever met the other Martikovs?
Unfortunately, I have not. They're on my list.
They're on mine too, so maybe our paths will align eventually.
Who knows? So a story for a story, right?
Yes. Now, have you smelt the roses in Falaki?
Oh, yes. No, I was more feeling that I should ask you something rather than you tell me something. I'm very intrigued what you are doing here.
Well, I, personally, didn't intend to be here in the way that I am. I originally agreed to come to Verovia to help my friend follow a lead on a case of her mother going missing. And then when we arrived here, again, not particularly by choice, we were rid of all our armor and weapons, left defenseless, and we were lured into a house by 2 children who we thought were in distress, but ended up not even being alive. We had to battle our way out, and when we did, we were able to recover all of our stuff. And learned that we couldn't particularly leave, so now we've been chasing who, in the name of God, brought us here. Why we're still stuck here.
Interesting.
I have my theories, but I don't think my companions particularly like to hear them. I think it goes against
And
some
you-
of their beliefs.
And you started looking for a mother, you said?
Yes, Kasariel, the one that you've been attempting to charm very unsuccessfully. Her mother has went missing many years ago. I've been following the lead for years. But it's always run dry, clearly because it led to here. No one knows about this place outside of Barovia itself.
You do flatter me with what you just said, but unfortunately my persuasion doesn't incline towards Kasariel, you said. But
Well, if you're interested in John, he is wonderful. And totally, he desperately needs, I think, never mind, I'm getting off track. Sorry, what were we saying?
So what's the name of her mother?
Salisario? Am I right? Okay,
Do you know what she looks like?
Salisario Silverbrow. Exactly like her, apparently.
Hey,
Light blonde hair, purple eyes,
fair
godly
skin.
figure. Yes. You come across a woman such as that?
Not yet, but as I said, I will be traveling along more. I'll keep my eyes out. You know.
Please do.
All right. Well, I must be getting back to my book. I wish you the best of luck. Don't get yourself killed out there. The roads are dangerous.
I'm more dangerous. No worries. And she'll get up and skip off towards her companions.
Right.
As you had left the bar and walked towards the door, John had like sort of noted that and decided to come downstairs and probably met up with Casario outside.
Yeah. I'd imagine maybe we were like sparring or something.
I don't know about that. I think like we may have been just like I was leaning against the
You
wall
might
and
have been
chatting with
talking
you.
like a girl. Raise your weapon. And Casario just goes in on him. Their sword.
If you guys are sparring, I just envision like Casario having John like in a vice when you get outside.
Yeah.
John!
I just
John!
woke up. It's not. This isn't fair.
Excuses.
John, are you
Hello?
interested in men?
I've been told that I was a pretty girl, by someone earlier. Not really interested in anything right now. I think we're, busy.
Oh,
It's partial to
Interested
Babs.
in
Why are you
like,
asking?
Is there someone who is? Is there someone who's
well,
interesting, or like someone of interest that we need to talk to, or something? Or what are you talking about?
I mean, just if you're ever, interested, I might have a lead. But that's all keep it in mind. But past that, Vistani camp? Shall we go? Shall we go interrogate them a little bit? We might be able to get that potion that'll let us leave.
Oh.
That could be important in case we ever need, like, a quick escape.
Or we could just walk onward to the Vistani camp, I suppose.
Do you want to, hit him again? Just, like, once more?
I'll take another swipe at him with my sword.
And just get sort of like, just like clink it, and yeah, onward, I guess.
Onward and upward.
I use thaumaturgy to make a crackling noise right underneath his feet, try to scare him.
So that's what we've been hearing.
You like, as you do that, he looks up and not pure black, but like sparks of red comes out as he uses prestidigitation.
I use thaumaturgy to make my eyes white and then black and then purple.
And Anne starts to dance because this
shakes.
looks like
Shakes his head and laughs and keeps walking.
All right. All right.
Damn you, cloud.
So is there anything you want to visit on the way, or do you just want to leave Vallaki and go to the Vistani camp?
We'll go
Quick
to
question.
Vistani
Do we
camp.
have healing potions?
We do, because we
I
bought some
believe
recently.
So, yeah.
Okay. All right. Just
I think we all have one.
I haven't
I
used
think I
it
have the
yet.
second one.
Okay. Cool.
Potion of
Yeah.
healing.
Let's go then.
Get our ass out of here.
All right. So you leave Vallaki and you follow the directions that Lungari gave you. Now, just to give you a bit of a picture, as a matter of fact, let me pull up the map because that might make things a little easier. Here we go.
Polydori's Van.
The what now?
Nothing. The music name caught me.
Oh, the tune. Yeah, it's called Polydor's Vampire. I
Yeah.
love the name of it. Yeah. So you're at Vallaki right now, and Lungari basically pointed you towards the woods to the south. Now, from where you are standing right now, or in the town of Vallaki is on the other side of the road and is a little bit on an elevation. So when you're just exiting the village, you look towards the trees that are to the south. You can catch two things if you know what to look for. You notice two plumes of smoke billowing up. One seems to be from a relatively large campfire. It's not billowing like a smokestack would do, but it is like a campfire. It's not too far away. It's just off the road into the woods. The other one is a little further beyond that and seems to be a little bit more channeled, if you will. So it's not from an open fire, but more from a smokestack or a chimney.
Do they seem to be in the same direction as each other?
More or less, but one is a little further ways away into the woods.
Okay, we'll start with the one that is closest, I guess.
Right? That is
I'm going
literally
down.
just over there.
Where did we take part of the town with us, or?
I hope not.
Okay.
Okay, so we go down.
There's
Okay.
a shadow.
Oh, yeah.
Around her.
I see.
That's odd.
Hang on,
Anyway.
if you go back and then... Oh, yeah, I see.
Interesting.
I
It's
don't know why,
fine.
but
It's fine.
apparently you get a new fog of war here.
Yeah. So it was just
you now
yourself?
do not know where Valaki is.
Where even
So
are
this
we?
is where you
Yeah,
are right
it's-
now.
are we-
Is,
Going the right direction?
yeah, and you've already arrived. Like it's not that far. It's
Okay.
about 15 to 20 minutes travel. Far away enough to to the casual observer not be noticed, but anyone traveling with purpose will reach this very quickly.
Yeah, we want to be stealthy, for sure.
Okay, that is
Yeah,
fair.
I'm probably taking up the rear in that case, just to avoid giving away our position.
Take up the front because I can hide behind things quite quickly.
Right. As you move through the woods, you approach a clearing. The clearing has a bit of a hill, and you notice that on the hill is a rather large tent where smoke is coming from. Around the hill, you see a couple of wooden hovels, if you will. It seems relatively quiet, although you can see some people standing near each of the hovels, but one per house. And up on the hill, if you take a couple of minutes to scout this out, which I'm imagining you guys are doing,
Mhm.
you can see some movement in the camp up there. It doesn't seem to be too busy, but there are people who are walking around there.
I think we approach with friendly demeanors. We might be able to barter, we might be able to trade, we might be able to get information.
Right. Do the people look? Do they look like disheveled, or do they look? How do they look? And I'm asking because I'm going to try to like put my hood on and like make myself blend in.
Right. They look like you've met a couple of Vistani so far. Like you've met Lungari, of course, but you've also met the people at the Tsur Pool. And if you would compare it to them, they're roughly the same kind of dress. They seem to be a little bit more lively than the ones at the Tsur Pool, but otherwise it's roughly the same dress. They are, I wouldn't want to call them flamboyant, but it's getting there. It's not the drab clothing that seems to be all the rage in the rest of Barovia. There is some color to it. So you see someone walking around with like a red cape, and another one which is wearing those pantaloons, with the high socks and then pantaloons, which are colored in like purple and yellow. So they have a splash of color here and there. They don't look clownesque by any means, but they do have something suave to them, if you will. All of them, if you can catch faces, look very well groomed. So nice beards and whatnot. Some golden earrings.
Okay. Are we just
Anything
kind of
else you
doing
wanna
that?
know?
We were practically sent here, so I think we can just. John starts walking forward towards the nearest one he can see, either standing or. Are we coming?
Oh,
I will add your tokens to the map. Give me 1 second.
All right. Are we coming from the north?
You're coming from the path in the north, yes.
Cool. I think we might want to, if there's a person standing outside of the place down here on the right, or on our to our left as we come south.
There is.
Then I think I'll walk in their general direction. Saying,
Okay.
hello there.
As you approach this person, you notice that this person is dressed different than the ones on the hill. This person is, again, not dressed drab, but is dressed like shadowy and dark. Not like a cloak or anything, but their clothing is just more woodland, if you will. More green, more brown, more black. Their face is a bit grayish. Their hair is black, and very distinctly, they have very pointy ears.
Do they look like Rictavio?
Kinda, but like if Rictavio would have painted himself more grayish. Rictavio looks colorful. You know, they don't.
Okay.
He looks somber, if anything.
Didn't we hear something recently about dusk elves? That'd be one of them.
Are you all right? You have an ashen look about you.
I'm the one to make the dad jokes, Daniel.
I think that's a fairly reasonable thing to say.
Fair enough. Like, it's just funny. As you say that, he turns to you and he puts a hand on his hilt, and as he sees that you're not a threat, he immediately lets that go again.
Just greetings.
And he just raises his hand at you in a more friendly manner, and he says, "Welcome to our camp."
Are you with the Vistani in the area? We met one of you Good.
That is a way of putting it. We're not with the Vistani, but we have a agreement of mutual respect where we just live together.
So there's more of you.
Oh yes,
Yep.
all the hovels around here are ours. The Vistani live up on the hill. If you'd like to talk with us, I would advise you to talk to our leader, Casimir. He's in the hovel most to your south.
Oh, thank you. What's your name? Could we say that you directed us there?
My name is of no importance.
My name is John. How are you?
That's a lot shorter than mine.
Oh.
Of no importance is a fairly long name.
Yes.
We'll call you Of for short. Of. Okay.
Of course.
Lovely meeting you. Do you know much about the Vistani leader?
The leaders of the Vistani are, I think, in the tent. You can go ahead and talk to them, I guess.
Thank you.
Well, have a lovely day.
To you as well.
I'm going to say in Elvish, I'm sorry if we've disturbed you.
He replies in Elvish, though it sounds a little broken. He replies to you, and you as well. May the night veil you.
Indeed.
Did he tell you his name?
I don't know if none of the elves I've met here so far speak Elvish very well. Anyway,
Maybe they're just
Strange.
accustomed to the area. Should we talk
Be a
to
dialect.
Should we talk to the leader, their leader, or should we go into the Vistani?
Let's introduce ourselves to both so we don't seem like we're snubbing anyone.
All right, no snubbing.
So Carla will walk.
Kasarla, love it.
A nightmare duo.
Oh god.
Yeah, she'll walk up to these two and kind of hail them down with a greeting, like, "Hello, how are you?"
They're just like, doing the sitting by the campfire, like making a smaller piece of wood out of a piece of wood with a knife kind of thing. Which I've never gotten. But they're sitting there doing that and looking at you, and they're like, "Hello, go on into the tent if you want to trade."
Straight to the point. Wonderful. By the way, what's the name of your leader?
Which one?
Just so that we. Oh, you've got multiple. Well, let me know all of them.
The most leader.
You got Luvash and you got Aragol. They're brothers. They lead the whole bunch. There's Zintari, which I guess is also a leader, but Luvash and Aragol are the ones to talk to.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
What do you guys trade? What would you say is the best thing that you? What do you grow crops or food or what do you normally do?
We trade everything. Like, if you got something to sell, we'll take a look at it. You got something you want to buy, we can look for it for you. You look like an outsider. You're not from around here, are you?
Do you have anti-witch potion?
No, but we do have a potion to get you through the mist.
I could just walk. No, thank you.
Okay. Well, good luck to you.
When you say get through the mist, that
Mhm.
implies that if you went through the mist without the potion, what exactly would happen?
Yeah, it hurts like a bitch.
Hurts, right? But how
Yeah.
so?
Okay. So, and you see him like stand up and like he starts to like do measurements with his hands. He says, "Okay, listen up. So you're here, right? And you want to walk over here because you know that this is where you want to go. Yeah?
Certainly.
Okay. So you walk from here, you walk to there, but it's misty, so there's mist in between. So you walk from here, you walk to there. You walk all that way, you end up here.
Ow.
Oh, it spits you back out.
No, it doesn't spit you back out. You don't walk through the mist. You don't. I mean, you do, but you don't.
I see.
It'll really wear you out. Like, you become pretty exhausted, and people die in the mist. So
Oh.
yeah,
All
I mean,
the
we
mist.
don't, but you do.
Everywhere is the same throughout the entirety of Barovia.
Yeah, yeah. The mist is pretty annoying. Like, if you can't
You
see
know-
through the mist, don't go through it.
Right. Do you know what causes it?
You threw it.
Not really. No, it's just it's mist. You know,
Well, if you try to walk through the mist to where you're going and you don't get there, then what if you walked through the mist to where you weren't going? Would you get where you wanted to go?
Suddenly feel
he
like I'm
looks
in Alice
at you
in
with the
Wonderland.
same confusion as I, as a DM, have.
It's the old, if I walk in the opposite direction, I accidentally get there. It's fine. I whatever. I've heard that if you tie a rope around yourself and around a tree, that you can't leave. That's one of the funnier ones.
That's something of
mean-
a joke where we come from.
Right.
I'm gonna
Right.
take John.
Yeah. It
Not
takes
a
all
funny
sorts,
one.
I guess.
But
The guy in Barovia said.
by the arm.
Never mind.
I'm gonna take him by the arm. You also,
Yeah, but
it's
the guy in
really
the
very
Barovia-
regional humor. Really. Thank
he
you.
has had one too many this morning. Anyways, thank you for all your information. But you said if you can see through, so you can see through the mist. If you went to the edge of it, you could see through it.
If you can see through the mist, like sometimes the mist creeps up, like, around a house or like, a village. And like, as long as you can see through it, you can walk through it. No issue. But as soon as it gets thick and you can't see through it, you better want to, make sure that you get out of it, which is going to be hard because you don't know where you're going. But as soon as you see a way out, better take it.
Okay. Good to know. Thank you so much. We're going to
Yeah,
go
you're
trade
welcome.
and hopefully get some of that potions.
There was some
Yeah,
way
consider
we could-
that potion because, that's a way to get through the mist. Like, that'll help you get through unharmed. There's some caveats, but, it'll help.
It's a caveat.
That seems
And-
rather important bit of information.
Well, it only lasts for an hour, right? So don't imbibe it and then go shopping, then go through the mist. No, imbibe it and then go through the mist.
What if the shop is surrounded and as he starts getting pushed away, Mike? Sorry.
Carla will head in towards the tent.
I will not honor that with a response. No? All right. As you get closer to the tent, here you go. You notice that there's a whole lot of people in this tent, all being very busy. You notice that most of them are in quiet discussion, all looking at the center of the tent, where a man with a leather vest on, is using a whip on a man that has been tied with his hands to the center pole of this tent. As you get in, you notice one familiar face among the crowd. You see that Lungari is on the south side of this tent.
Lungari!
So there should be some music over here, which I'm going to start in just a second.
Music and whipping. Interesting.
There we go.
Okay.
Very excessive punishment.
It takes all sorts.
Hello. It seems we're interrupting something.
The guy next to you at the door is like, shh, shh.
Okay.
They told us to come in here to trade.
Shh, don't shh.
Oh,
Tell Kasari.
I'm looking for roses. Oh, sorry.
So, I keep doing it, Carla. Carla will pop up next to that guy and just kind of watch to see whatever they're watching.
Okay, the whipping just continues as it looks really painful.
I'm going to kind of point at that guy and make it seem as if I'm going to ask him something, but it's actually going to be me casting a message towards him, being like, the guy being whipped, being like, are you okay? Do you want this to be happening?
You immediately get a message back saying, yes, let this happen. I've deserved this.
Okay. Yeah, okay. How much longer is that going to go on? We have business to conduct.
Ever the businesswoman, Carla. He gets another 5 to 7 whips before one just stops. And you hear behind the man that is doing the whipping, you hear another voice calling out, "Easy, brother. I think Alexei has learned his lesson." The whipping stops, and Alexei, the man in the middle, is being untied from the pole. His clothing looks bloody.
That name sounds really familiar. Have we encountered him before?
I don't know.
Was he one of the guys that we made tattle? Oh no.
I don't know.
Tatler. Did we run into him at the Rose? Oh, was he with Lungari?
No. Okay.
Yeah,
Just gonna leave it then.
do I recognize him as one of the two men who were around the campfire? That we...
No.
Okay.
Alexei just
Intimidated.
walks off to the side and sits down to, sit down and relax himself a bit. And the man in the middle steps forward to you and he says, "So, visitors, how can I help you? Welcome to my camp."
Oh, hello.
Oop.
Cool.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I didn't want to play that one just yet, but that is fine. Let's stop that one.
It's a good one.
He is.
Hey!
This is that one again. There we go. That didn't happen. Sorry.
Oh, wow.
Hi there. What can we not do to not get whipped?
He laughs broadly at you and he says, "You're smart. I like that." Well, his face immediately turns a little bit more grim and he says, "The best thing you can do is not do what he did, which is forget to do your duties and lose track of my daughter.
Oh,
My daughter is missing.
I already
He was
lost.
supposed to keep an
goodness.
eye on her. He was supposed to keep an eye on her, and, well, he didn't. We're out looking for her right now. There's a lot of men out
Yeah.
there trying to look for her, and if he had kept an eye out, this wouldn't have been an issue.
goodness. Has someone been trying to take her? Is she prone to running? That sort of thing. We might be able to help. We're very good at finding people.
I would implore your help. Yes, if you could help us find her, I would be indebted to you. She's my only daughter, and I'm. Damn it, she's my daughter. I want her back.
What's her name?
Her name is Arabelle.
And your name?
Oh, I'm Luvash, and he points behind him, and another man joins him who looks strikingly like him, but slightly different. He says, "This is my twin brother, Aragal."
And is there a Mrs. Lavash?
He looks around at all the people around here. He says, "There's several Mrs. Luvash," and there's
Oh.
a laughing starting in the crowd.
Oh. Okay. Alright, so your daughter Arabelle, she went missing. We came here looking for a certain potion that you might have. if perhaps we find
yes.
her, would we be able to get a discount or on that potion that we're looking for?
We could consider, yes. The potion is rather expensive. I imagine you're assuming the potion of the mist. That's what everybody comes for.
Of course, yes.
The potion of the mists is not cheap. It's 100 gold each because it is very tricky to make.
Understandable.
However, it is just about your only way out of this damned place.
It is a damned place indeed. Could we negotiate a discount if we help you find your daughter? Of course, if we don't, then we'll pay, but... And we'll obviously have to try to fight anyway, but...
I will consider a discount on that if you find my daughter.
Of course.
Maybe I can throw in something else to, I will reward you if you will find her. Don't get me wrong. Vistani will always pay what's due. But I will have to think on that.
Of course. Now, where was her last location? Alexei? Where did you leave her?
He's just tending to his wounds and he looks up at you and he says, at the purple wagon, man.
Purple wagon, okay. And was she, prone to trying to run away, or is it just simply that she might have wandered and got lost? What sort of motivation are we looking at?
She's a teenager. This is what happens. She has certain rules that she has to abide by. Be home by 11, all that. And, well, I try my best, but it's not easy being a leader and a father at the same time. Apparently,
Can't do it all.
Apparently, she disagreed with my ruling, and lucky for her, she's my daughter.
Okay. Teenager. All right. Does she have? I know she probably wouldn't have told you this, but is there any possible motivation of a secret lover or anything of the sort? I'm just trying to cover all bases.
He looks very angrily at you, mentioning that, and he says, "What do you imply?"
Well,
that she might be having an affair of some sort, or
No, not that she is, in any way disregarding to her, but I remember in my 20s, I was quite taken with, 20s first would be like teenage years for years. I was quite taken with people I would have, snuck off to go see them. That sort of thing. That's why I'm asking. I'm trying to cover all bases. We will get your daughter back. John.
what?
I take back what I said about this man. But yes.
What?
You're right to do that, yes. Yeah, she does.
Let's say that you should be happy that I'm not challenging you to a chingari.
I don't even know what that is.
Right, and you will not know what that is until you cross the line. You're very close to that, pal.
Wait, what did I do?
I'm so curious.
I was going to ask, you guys keep talking about a potion of mist. I have a potion of something of those cloud giants or something. Is it anything like that? We might already have one.
No. It's one of the most foul-tasting potions that you've ever drank. Honestly, you might even get sick drinking it. That is what it does to you, but you will be able to traverse the mist for an hour.
Carla's going to do and in John's head, he'll hear, we're going to play a fun game of how long you can be quiet.
You hear back in your head, "Oh, don't worry. I pulled a string. He'll shut up for now."
Might be liking you a little bit. Okay.
Casariel notices the weird lull in conversation as those two have a mind message situation happening. And so what does she look like? Do you have a likeness of her?
Well, unfortunately for her, or is it fortunate, he says, as he looks at you for just a little too long. He says, she looks like me. But female.
Mm. Facial hair as well, or no?
Real.
Don't overstep it.
Sariel. Well, Sariel's head, she'll hear, let's play the fun game of seeing how long you can be quiet.
She's gonna hear back, I really want to know what that game is that he was speaking of.
Oh my god.
He points its finger at Casero and he says, don't make me challenge you to a door di dusta.
That might just feel like he's making up words.
In Casariel's head, she's saying, he's pointing his finger at you. don't murder him. He's pointing his finger at you. Don't murder him. And she just smiles, like a really awkward, like creepy smile, like a.
Okay.
John's actually smiling very similarly at him. Just like, oh, I hope she snaps. I hope she snaps. This would be hilarious.
Okay, so last seen at the Purple Tent was being watched by Alexei. Any friends in the camp we could possibly interview to get more information, or?
Alexei was the sole watcher. We've asked everyone else in the camp, of course. That was the first thing we did, and nobody saw anything.
Okay.
You can ask around again, but I'm not sure if they'll be much help to you.
All right, and when did this happen? Was this last night, this morning?
Last night.
Last night. Okay, so there's still a possibility of finding tracks. That's very good.
I hope so.
Okay. Yes. We'll get on that case. Now, before we go, what were we going to ask him again? I'm after forgetting. There's stuff we wanted to ask. I can't remember. Oh God. Okay. Okay. Before we go, just
Dr.
I
Daskell?
hope. Yes.
No?
Lungari knew about Dr. Daskalu, and he told us about.
Okay.
I mean, he's going to sort of whisper to the side towards him. The innkeeper in Kresk is, I believe, where we need to go for that. Although this brute might know more.
I think it would be best if we sweetened him up and then asked, considering your two displays. Yes, before we go, I hope if there's anything else you can let us know in regards to this information, that would be incredibly helpful.
You know what she looks like? I honestly don't know where she's gone. We've asked the help from the elves as well. They're out looking for her too. About half of the camp is currently out looking for her. About half of the elves is out looking for her. I don't know what else I can share with you. You might run into them in the woods. That might help you. But other than that,
Well, I'm Carla Lilacart. It has been a pleasure making your acquaintance, and I hope you will be able to bring your daughter home.
right.
And
Nice to meet you. Yes.
Before we go, I have a bit of a question as to your engagement with the elves. Would you illuminate to me what your deal is with them? Just wondering, of curiosity, of course.
Yeah, I guess. It's a connection of mutual respect. We needed a place to, make a camp, but even though we're with a lot of people, it's always good to have some extra people around to keep a lookout. And, it's not the same thing. We like this location. They were already living here, so we struck a deal, and here we are.
Yes.
We don't really do business with them unless they need something. They're more like good neighbors.
We haven't, as a group, we haven't seen any of them in any of the towns that we visited. It's interesting to run into more cultures, groups of individuals out here in the woods.
He gives you a smirk at that remark, and he says, well, you're not going to run into a lot of them. The ones that you see here, it's the last of them. Other than the ones that are looking for my daughter right now.
How tragic.
Yeah.
I guess we should go and begin our search. Have a wonderful day.
We do. I'm
Please
just
be
so
careful.
curious. They really curious Casoriel. I'm known by my friends. Back home. What is that challenge that you gave me? Did you say it was called a something or other? I don't want you to challenge me to, what was it?
His eyes narrow. He says, the Dorni Dusta? And like the people, like the chatter in the tent is lowers a little bit. Are you challenging me, or do you want to know?
I'm
he wants to know.
Casoriel. Curious Casoriel.
For
What is
Vistani
it?
custom, it's the same thing. If you want to know, you are challenging me.
Well, that seems rather bleak. I mean, what if it's...
Sir, don't push your luck, or I will have to challenge you to a Mornaganai.
Not a Mornaganai! You couldn't!
He shoots an eye over at John and he says, "That's a tradition of old. We haven't done that in years."
Damn. Whatever. He's going to sort of lean towards Kasara. This is getting boring. Let's go.
Read.
Lufash steps a step forward and he points at Casario again. He says, "Don't make me."
She's gonna just grab his finger and like playfully like, that's rude. You shouldn't point at people like that. They might be offended.
As you grab his finger, like the whole tent just like, you know, even the music just, everyone is like, "Oh fuck." You touched him. And he's
You're
like,
on your own.
"All right."
I was gonna go outside.
He raises his hand and he looks around him and he says, "Well, if that isn't a challenge, I don't know what is. Shall we?" And he looks around and everyone just sort of like...
John steps in and says, "I suggest you stop what you're doing right now." I'm going to cast suggestion on him.
Okay, what's the spell save on that?
15.
I got a 17.
Damn. All right.
Don't worry, John.
He notices that and he says, "My business is not with you. You can come after her first. I challenge you to a Dordi Dusta." And the rest of the tent just erupts in energetic cheers. Like, "Yeah, it's been so long. It's great. Our leader is going to like, oh, it's great."
Well, but I accept.
You should, because if you don't, then we'd have to kill you. No, I'm just kidding. Are you coming willingly, or do we have to escort you?
Where are we going?
To the field over there, and he points like at a part of the tent, and basically there's like a road over there.
You know, the language is not very descriptive of your people.
Right.
I like it. Very straightforward.
Wonderful. Follow me.
As he's leading her out, Carla's going to briefly touch her elbow and cast guidance on her, and she's going to say, "Xariel, John's the stupid one, not you." And you're also going to get bardic inspiration.
Pointed his goddamn finger at me. What the fuck am I supposed to do? I can't stand for that. Twice, not just once, but twice. And like the message obviously ends. She's like ranting in her head like a crazy.
It's not a message. I'm saying this out loud.
And,
And
she doesn't realize that. She actually thought it was in her head, and she's responding, but like ranting.
And
but you now have guidance and bardic inspiration.
As she says
There you go.
As she says that, John will walk up and says, "Yes, John is the stupid one. What are you doing?" And he's just gonna sort of sign, "Carla, you guys you three get into so much trouble."
I've been trying to actively stop it, but you know.
If you allow one person to point their finger at you, then everyone thinks they can take you, okay? I'm standing up for this group right now. No one's ever going to point their fucking finger at us again. And I'm going to smile back at him and say, "Lead on."
You smile, and then later on, you take their finger when they're not looking.
Luvash walks out of the tent, and everyone inside the tent stands up and starts walking with them. And as the people outside the tent notice that, you know, there's movement, they look at what's going on, and like the people that are like following you in procession yell out to the people outside, like, "Oh, we're gonna do a Dordi Dusta. Dordi Dusta, follow!" And everyone just follows you in procession towards the west side of the map, where a road leads you to a second clearing that is just off the side of this camp. The clearing itself is just marked with a large circle drawn in the mud. And everyone takes place around the circle. John, Carla, you are being asked to take place around the circle as well. I just placed you over there, but you can basically sit wherever you want. as long as it's outside the circle.
Yeah. Carla will just stay there, yeah.
You too, John? You're muted.
You're muted, hun.
Sorry, lightning. He's been going
okay.
non-stop this whole time. Yeah, John is basically looking mildly irritated, but he's somewhat engaged in what's going on, but just sort of standing next to Carla.
All right. So everyone sits down, and Casera, you're being escorted to the center of the circle. And as you're standing there alone for now, everyone takes place around you. There's one big log on the side, and everyone sits down, including Luvash. And as everyone has taken place, and you're just standing there by yourself, he says, "Right, brothers and sisters, a Dorti Dusta has been challenged to no one less than your fearless leader. And of course, she accepts, so I accept. For I am your leader." And he stands up, and he joins you in the circle.
Casariel will look out at the people as she makes a circle around him, dramatically.
Okay. He just stands like center point, and he will follow you, looking at you like with squinted eyes. And he says, "Now, obviously, you will need to know the rules before we start."
Naturally.
Yes.
Refresh me.
The rules are quite simple. The first to 3 points wins.
Just 3?
Just 3.
Hmm.
Are you ready?
Constantly.
All right. He yells out, "Commence the Dorti Dusta." And the music starts.
Oh no, am I
As
gonna
the
get
music
married?
starts,
What's happening?
as the music starts, Luvash starts to dance in front of you by himself.
Okay,
He does a couple of He does a couple of amazing moves with his feet. And after he's done, he puts his hands on his hips, and the only thing he does is he looks at you. What do you do?
Yes, Casariel will realize at once this is a dance battle, give a grin to Carla and John, lift one side of her skirt, sweep it dramatically, and do like a little twirly dance around him, and then, ooh, your turn.
Perfect.
Shouldn't
Give
say
me a
that, but like with her
performance
eyes
check.
shut.
Guidance and bardic inspiration.
Oh, yeah, okay.
If it goes back.
Okay. So that's that's an 18 plus 4, 22 plus.
Don't do it
Let
if you're
me have that
doing a good one.
guidance. Oh, 23. Guidance. I have to use
23.
it for next time. So.
All right, 23. You get a mild applause from the people around.
Big one from Carla and John.
From
If John
Carla.
doesn't applaud, she's gonna she's gonna fucking annoy you until you do it.
Fine.
Luvash nods at you, and he starts up again. He does some really fancy footwork. It almost looks like tap dancing, putting his hands on his hips, doing some twirly bits in front of you, and then ends with like one leg stretched out and like his hands like. Your turn.
Casariel will spin into his lap, bend over his leg, like holding onto his shoulder, and then pop herself back up, and then spin back around, and do the same pose that he just did with her leg out.
That is really cool. You can throw a performance check with advantage, because that's cool.
Ooh. Okay. The first one is a 19. The second one is a 4. So, thank God.
So, 19?
23 again, yeah?
Or do you get a
Do I
bonus
have
to
to
that?
use Bardic Inspiration
No, it's a +4
No,
you
it's
have
a 1.
onto it.
whenever I want, or?
It's whenever you want, yeah.
Okay.
But it's a D8 if you want to add to it. But you have a +4 to performance, right?
But
Yes.
Bardic Inspiration is just a one-time use, right?
That's a one-time use, yeah. But I could verbally command it again if I needed to.
Okay, right. So it was 19, 23. Total.
All right. The applause from the people around the circle seems slightly less than the previous time, but there's still applause.
John does one more clap. Actually,
At the end, yeah.
Yeah.
You get like into one of those
Hold
clap
on.
battles with someone on the other side of the circle.
Slow clap. Slow clap, guys.
Yeah. Luvash's turn. He grabs one of your hands and spins you around, putting a hand behind your back, and just moves you down in like a tango sort of movement, looking down at you, getting you back up, spinning you around twice, spinning around himself, and stepping back. Your turn.
Casariel will grin at him, and then she's gonna take a wide, like, sweep around the entire circle. So she's going to kind of like with finesse walk and kind of look at everyone, kind of swishing her skirt. Are there any of these people that have like a fancy like cloak on, or like I'm picturing like a little like hip scarf with like maybe some like coins on it or something?
Sure. There's one. The one that you're standing in front of.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to point and give my hand, like, implying that, let me borrow that.
They grin at you and give it at you.
Perfect. So I'm going to take it. I'm going to shimmy it, like in front of me, and then head back and wrap it around myself and tie it.
Cool. Okay. Heck. Performance check with advantage. Cool. I love the creativity.
Oh, natural 20 plus 4.
Let's
Guys,
go.
we found my mojo.
It's just a bad spell, girly. Let's go.
The fact that you did this, like just, you balls to the walls, just going up to someone, asking for it, getting it, and just like the whole thing, the crowd actually erupts for you. Like they're really applauding. Even Luvash is applauding for you. He stops, and it does another solo routine where he does a bit of tap dancing, a bit of turning around, and he makes like an on the place somersault, like one of those really difficult, like from standing position ones. Your turn.
It's morning, so I'm assuming, how bright is it in this particular area?
Not so bright. It's overcast.
It's dim light.
No, I wouldn't go as far as calling it dim light. No, it's just normal light. If you're going by game rules, it's bright.
Okay. So my steps of night would not be in effect in this area.
No.
Okay. Okay. So she's going to get very close to him, like kind of with like a flourish, like spin around him and then whisper in his ear. Applause already. How do we know when someone gets a point? And then she'll like spin back around and like wait for him to answer.
Okay. Normal performance check on that.
19.
The applause dies down a little bit. There are still some people just like, but it feels like it's on the rhythm.
Can Carla cast Minor Illusion to add a little bit more clapping to our own? Bring it out?
Sure.
Okay.
I like that. There's a little bit more clapping there.
Yeah.
All right.
actually, I like that. John sort of does he's looking at his fingernails like he's kind of bored, but you also hear clapping coming from him because you see him doing prestidigitation.
Luvish once again grabs you, Casario, by the hand, takes you very close by, and he throws you over his shoulder, back over his back, and under his arm, back on your feet. He twirls twice in front of you, then grabs you by the midsection and throws you in between his legs, upwards, and back on your feet.
Oh my god.
Your turn.
Oh, okay. Yes, he does. And I would like to build onto what he's doing by using thaumaturgy to as he raises her up, she's gonna like kind of do one of these, and she's gonna like cause clapping sounds, like thunderous clapping sounds with thaumaturgy, and like if there's any sort of like candle lights, they'll like flame up and then go way down, and they'll go up again. And then as she lands on her feet, Casariel will. Yep. She's going to. She's gonna cast Moonbeam, and the Moonbeam is not going to hurt them, but it's going to appear right next to them, kind of like a spotlight, you know. And she'll end her turn in the spotlight and say, like, give him a little like, come hither. Inside the spotlight.
All right. Roll me a performance check with advantage. Good use.
"22."
The music
Add the 8.
slowly dies down as you've done your last performance, and as you look around the crowd to see whether or not they liked your last movement, you suddenly get a round of applause.
And I will, as I'm kind of, there's kind of like a lull in the moment. I'll use my bardic inspiration. I'm gonna add 4 more to that, so 26.
26. All right, you're gonna get another one for that then. It's the biggest one I have. Luvash looks at you and he says, honestly, I'm honored to have challenged you, and in that honor, I think it's pretty clear, and he looks at the rest of the people around him, that I have lost to this wonderful lady. If my tallying is correct, she scored no less than 4 points, which should be enough to beat me. Now, this happens, it's fine. You know, I'm still your fearless leader. I'm just not that great of a dancer, am I? And the people around you just start laughing. The dance battle is over, and it seems that you have won. He looks at you, Casario, and he says, come with me. A winner deserves a prize.
I will follow, but I'm going to look over my shoulder behind me to Kala and John as if to say, follow me, please.
Of course. They'll run over. Casariel, you are incredible. When did you learn to dance?
I don't like to lose. I fucking hate losing. Yeah, no, I didn't know I could do that either, to be honest.
Have you ever
Incredible.
considered being a marionette? You'd be fantastic at it.
Could you not be creepy for 1 minute?
As you guys get together near the tree that is lying here, you see Luvash conversing with the people left and right of him, and you see him procuring a small item from them. He stands up again and he walks over to you, Casario, and he says, the challenge of the Dordi Dusta is, of course, a challenge, but it's also something that we'd like to do with strangers to our lands, especially when they do seem intent to either help us or when they do not mean any harm to us. You still won fair and square because it is very much a challenge, but it is also a formal way for us to get to know you. And what we know about you now is that you're an incredible dancer and that you like a challenge. That to us is very important, and you can consider yourself a friend of the Vistani henceforth. In that regard, I have a small token of our gratitude for you. May this help you on your way. And if you can find it in your heart to find my daughter when you are on your travels, then it would only solidify the bond that you have created here today. As he says that, he presents to you a very small cloth bag.
Is it?
It is quite my honor. I appreciate you teaching me your customs today. It was an honor to dance with you, and it is an honor to be your friend. Thank you. I'll take the bag graciously.
Okay.
We will try to find your daughter.
We are very, very happy. Please follow us back to the camp, he says. And with that, everyone just gets up and slowly walks back to the main tent.
I can see Carla vibrating, so I just nonchalantly hand the bag to her. I can
When
see
I
she's
open, I'm going to open it and I'm going to try and shove my hand inside.
You open up the bag, and the bag feels like both not that heavy and also not that light. It's like in between, but just about the weight of like the size of the bag. And the bag itself is about the size of a football. As you open it and you reach inside, you notice that this bag is a lot deeper than what you initially would have thought. You don't see your hand touching the bottom of this bag. Yes, Carla, you've just gotten exactly what you wanted to have. You have yourself a bottomless bag, yes. Or not a bottomless bag, of course. It's the bag of holding. But
That's
I wanna call it
horrifying,
the bottomless
actually.
bag.
I'm so happy.
It's the irretrievable items.
I imagine what
Bottomless
ends
bag,
up
you can
happening
never retrieve it. Yeah, but yeah,
is
it's a bag of holding.
basically what ends up happening is she hands it off to Carla, and Carla's just excited because presents. And the hand goes in and it keeps going in, and then she realizes, oh, I've read about one of these. And like you see her like shove like basically her whole arm in, pull it out with excitement, like practically shoving her head inside. She like starts pulling things out of her bag to see like how they fit. The Mace of Terror goes in, and she's just like, sorry.
So for those of you that don't know what this item is, it's a D&D trove, so I imagine that almost everyone knows. But in case you don't know what this is, a bag of holding is basically a, within reason, limitless storage. So you can stuff practically anything in this bag without any repercussions for weight and whatnot.
So exciting. This is something I specifically asked Barry for before, that whether it was something that we needed to acquire through like I would have fought a dragon for a bag of holding. Like I cannot describe.
I
to you what
learned a
would've
lesson
done.
today. Challenge everyone.
Challenge everyone.
How are you
She
doing?
will never question you challenging someone.
How are you doing that, Carla? He's gonna like ask for the bag.
Give me a weapon.
No.
I'll show you a party trick. I'll give it back to you, I promise.
Okay, and he hands it to you.
I'll take it and shove it in the bag and lock the bag.
Wait a
So
second. Hang on.
imagine,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Can you
So
pull
this
it
is,
back?
this is like this big ass weapon that goes into a bag the size of a football.
Yeah, so I'll shove it in. What I'll do is I'll close it. I'm like, this is a test. Can you still bring it back?
That's a good question. So initially he's gonna say, "Wait, how did you? That? How did you do that? Are you a magician?"
So DM ruling here, but do catch me if I'm wrong, because like I'm not always right. You cannot, because it's a warlock trick that you do to pull the weapon towards you. You cannot do that when the weapon is on another plane, right?
Let me check that. I actually don't know.
Because I don't think that I believe that's a confine. If you can, cool, then you can. But otherwise, I don't think you can.
Pact of the Blade. Okay, here we go. As an action, your professional. Your packed weapon is so no planar, no restrictions, anything. Your packed weapon disappears if it is more than 5 feet away from you for more than 1 minute. It also disappears if you dismiss the weapon.
So it disappears after a minute. So that negates the planar.
Or if you die.
That negates the planar issue. So yeah, so then you totally get it. You can just resummon it. Yeah, because it isn't in the bag of holding anymore after a minute.
Okay.
Yeah.
But so you can use your action to essentially summon it to your empty hand. It doesn't say anything about planes. But before John doesn't even think about that. He goes, "Hey, hang on. How did you?" And he like sort of tugs the bag away from you, and he just like turns it upside down and opens.
I'm not letting that go. I'm not. This is a strength roll. I'm not letting that fucking bag go.
Because he's really concerned. He's trying.
Coward.
He's trying to
Fight me,
essentially
coward. No.
invert the bag. He's trying to.
No.
right.
You're not getting this out of my hands.
All right, I'm gonna roll it.
I'm gonna fucking
right.
bardic
Go ahead.
inspiration myself.
All right, so no, you don't need to. I
Okay.
rolled a 5, which gives me a 7. But I'm gonna sort of headcanon. he basically like he tried to tug it from you, but he's not like trying to rip it from your hands. And if you show any resistance, he's gonna be. Carla, how did you even do
Can
that?
you summon it back?
are
Can
you
you
a
summon it
magician?
back? Try it now.
Are you a magician?
I'm a master of the arcane. I went to fucking college. John, can you summon the weapon back
You can go
if
to
it's in
college
the
to be a
bag?
magician.
Oh my god. Try it. Go on. She's gonna kick him.
I haven't really. And then, as he closes his eyes and he breathes, oh, you didn't think you'd get rid of me that easy, now did you? And he just sort of waves his hand, and it appears in his hands.
I don't like you. I like John better.
Your affection is irrelevant.
Okay,
and he
well,
just
I have
turns
this,
and
I,
walks
yeah.
on.
So I imagine as we're walking in, just assume that Carla is like sorting her inventory to high fuck, kind of shoving things into the bag. Yeah.
Lovely.
All right. So you're back at the camp. They basically just give you some friendly farewells and good lucks and whatnot. And Lovash is about to turn back into the tent. If you want to ask him something, this would be the moment.
I do. Forgive me, I do have another question. I have
Yes.
since we're friends, I have some proficiency with a bit of magic. I don't suppose you have anything of hers that I might use to track her. Perhaps an earring.
I might have. And he walks over to the purple caravan, rummages through that, and procures like a wrist, what you call it, like a
Bangle?
armband. Yeah, like a bangle.
Okay.
Oh, when you said Purple Wagon, you meant I thought that was like a store called the Purple Wagon. Huh.
No, it's like the actual purple wagon here. And he gives that bangle to you. It's solid gold.
I will I'll return this with Arabelle when we find her.
All right.
So we have permission to
Caesarea,
look
was it?
everywhere. Oh, sorry.
Yes, Casariel, Silverbrow.
One more thing. You have proven yourself beyond what I thought you were capable of. So I will tell you one more thing. The potion that we sell
Yes.
is not a real potion.
Oh. I did think
We-
100 gold for a one-way ticket out of here was a bit cheap.
We need to find ways to sustain ourselves, and there's a lot of travelers that are all too happy to trade 100 gold to us for the hopes of getting out of here. I know it's not the nicest thing to do, but we need to look after our own.
Have you tried selling pastries? We were selling pies for a while, but don't do that. That's a bad idea. But the nobles were really there were people who were paying a lot for just simple pastries.
The notion of the pastries makes him look at you, and he says, "That's evil business."
It was awful.
Well,
We didn't know.
well, yeah,
the
those
time.
No.
those ones specifically, sure, but in general, if you were to make a cake or something, people might pay a lot of money for it.
As long as it's not the pastries that are coming from the windmill, they and the mansion are just.
A
We
mansion?
don't go there.
What mansion?
Yes, the one further up in the wood.
Oh, well, who lives there?
We don't know, but we stay clear of that place. That is pure evil.
Do they
Okay.
eat pies?
I'm not sure if they eat pies, but they have dealings with the windmill that I do not want to be a part of.
Oh,
I
Is
have
he
my
talking about the
allegiances here and there.
jurisdiction?
I have my allegiances here and there, but
Oh,
that is
that's
something
way
that I do not want to join in with.
You
Just
don't mean
mention it as,
the
way
mansion
back.
just outside of Alaki, do you? Or just outside of Barovia, wherever it was. Barovia.
No. It's down here, and he points to the south, like into the woods. He says it's like maybe 15 minutes to half an hour walk from here.
Oh, another mansion that's haunted.
When you say evil,
And they also have
go ahead, Kasari.
Kasariel, like, is kind of like thinking before, like, words are coming out as she talks, and she just pauses because she really didn't have like a rest of her question. So
When you say evil, what do you mean? Like, is it just a feeling? Because sometimes I can sense, darkness in an area. But do you know anything about these people? Do they have any dealings with death or with creating abominations?
Give me a persuasion check on this, because he's really unsure if you should share this with you.
Alrighty, I am not horrible at persuasion. Good lord. Yes, I am. I got a 9.
There's a connection that I don't want to go into between the windmill and the mansion, and there's unspeakable things, and they're unspeakable.
Why
That's
won't you
all I'll
speak
say.
of them? Sorry.
Don't make me challenge you.
No, I understand. We saw some terrible things in that windmill. There were some creatures there that we weren't expecting, and it could be
So you know
fairly
what?
horrifying.
You know what happens there.
Yes, we found out, and I don't really remember much
Deeply
about.
regret it.
Yeah, I don't really remember much about the encounter, but we had been. We thought that they were something that they weren't. We were actually selling those pies for some time. And we discovered what they were, and I don't really remember much about the encounter, but apparently we lost a lot. And he looks to Carla. He looks to Carla fairly, like, seriously.
Just kind of like looks away.
I don't suppose I should very much like to go back to that windmill and rid it of the pestilence that now plagues it. I don't suppose you would have anyone in your camp that could help us.
With us looking for my daughter at the moment, I cannot spare a single
Oh, no,
person. Maybe
certainly.
after
Certainly.
once she's been found, we can talk. But until then, no.
I know you don't want to speak of the haunted mansion you just mentioned, but you don't suppose something could have taken Arabelle there, do you?
I hope not.
Nobody said anything about haunted. Did he say haunted? Did you say haunted? Did he say it was
I think
haunted?
you said haunted. I think
No.
so.
Oh, is it haunted?
He said evil. He said evil. He didn't say haunted. You didn't say
Oh.
haunted.
I'm
Is
sorry.
there ghosts? Spectres? It's the sounds of screaming in the night. That sort of thing.
He looks up at you, Carla, and he says, "It might as well be."
Oh.
Now, your most stalwart warrior, if they went there, how long do you think they would persevere? I'm just trying to assess whether we need to really plan going there, or whether we're strong enough to go there now.
And are your warriors any good?
Strong?
If you can fight as good as you can dance, who knows?
John's behind going,
Better. She could do it
Yeah.
better. Yeah.
I'm for your sake, it was very good. That wasn't like a duel or something like that.
Sorry, fucking loves this, but she says nothing. She's just going to like really try not to smile, like a one of those.
Okay, well, I mean, if your daughter is there, we will valiantly go into this haunted mansion and figure out what's inside. And save her, of course.
I would be forever indebted to you, as I said. I mean,
Speaking of which, do we have free reign? Could I search all this area? Is there anything that I'm not allowed to go into?
please don't go into the wagons. That is very personal to us, and you won't find anything there. Trust me, we've looked at all the wagons. Otherwise, our camp is yours. Our facilities are yours. I'm pretty sure that the elves around here would accommodate you as well.
Maybe
If they
they'll know
don't,
more about the.
Let them know that I do.
John's gonna point over to the house due east of where they are standing. I believe that's where it was indicated that the leader of the elves was.
South.
Oh, due
Sorry.
south. Okay, so
Yeah.
he's gonna point in that direction and say, the leader of their community is over there, I believe. Do you think he would have any?
Yes.
Okay, Casimir. Okay, fantastic. Thank you for your time and your display. I guess. We'll come back to you with more information.
Thank you. I wish you the best of luck, and please stay safe out there.
Oh, one more thing. I have the ability to speak to someone over long distances. Would it be all right if I... Do you guys hear that?
No.
Oh, my
can-
microphone is clearly not as good as Daniel's.
Are you
because
getting
the thunder
lightning
is
now?
wild right now.
Oh, you got some lightning
Wild.
thunder? Yeah, mine is gone. So
Come
I've
down
sent
my
it
way
over
now.
to
Yeah,
you.
it moved. Yeah. Sorry.
So
anyway,
Daniel and Marissa really don't live close to each other or anything. It's just pure.
well, we're like an hour and a half away.
Yeah,
So,
the storm is moving fast.
yeah. What did I just ask?
You were asking about the Oh God.
I was speaking long distances.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yes. Would you mind if I contacted you, through your mind?
If you found my daughter or any trace of her, no, please.
Oh, yes. All right. Well, if you hear someone in your head, it's me. Just me.
All right. Thank you. I would love to hear from you in my head.
I think, I don't suppose there's any specific precautions you'd like to give us before we go? Because I have a feeling we should perhaps head out toward the mansion.
Carry a big weapon, I guess.
Okay, so what are you bringing him along for?
As John lifts his weapon right on cue.
At this point, Carla is underneath the wagon. She is like investigating as they're doing this.
There's nothing of note under the wagon.
Okay.
John's walking towards
so-
the house with the Cashmere.
Casimir.
You guys go talk to Casimir, kind of get a little bit of info there. I'm going to do like a sweep for trails, markings, really, I'll bring out the Ouija board, I'll do all that. So that's what I'll do. You do that so we can split up and save time.
Paula?
Okay.
Yes? We're not going to go that far. We'll be right here. We'll be right
No,
back here once we're done.
No, I'm just wondering if you heard the cardinal rule. You cannot steal from these people.
I'm not going to steal from them. They're quite nice.
Insight check.
You got a fresh bag of holding. She doesn't trust you.
Insight.
As soon as she
Can I
mentioned
fit
Ouija
this
board,
wagon in here?
Run one. Run one. Oh, okay.
I just see like
Fire today.
it's halfway down
And
the horse's
Fuego.
neck.
I fully see Carla doing this, being like, well, I said I couldn't get into the wagon. Might as well take the wagon with me.
That's a 25.
Well, on my
Take me to
deception,
the mansion. Let's kill
I-
something. My
yeah,
dice
yeah.
are on fire.
I rolled a 12 on my deception, so you see very clearly on her face that she wasn't thinking about stealing something. Then you mentioned it, and she thought that's a really good idea.
Shit.
I won't. I promise. We're looking for this girl, and if you promise me we get to go to that mansion and maybe check out if there's any ghosts, because haunted mansions are the best stories. They always sell so well.
John is halfway to the house with Casimir.
Just go talk to Casimir and don't offend the locals the way you usually do. Go.
Sarah's gonna just walk backwards and like she's not gonna hold her finger. She's gonna think about holding her finger out, and then she's like, "Oof, not a good idea." And then she's gonna turn around and follow John.
I can see you going.
To make life really easy,
Cool.
I'm going to do like tracks, trails, all of that, like basically a full-on investigation to see if I can see even the direction she would have went. Will I roll anything, or is it worth it, or?
No.
Okay.
There's so many steps and whatnot. There's nothing here that is worth
Okay.
your while.
And then the second thing is I'm going to pull out the Ouija board and see if that produces anything.
There's no ghost here at the moment. It's kind of
Ring,
boring.
ring, ring,
No
ring.
ghost.
No ghost.
Okay, just in case.
I thought he said a ghost. I was like, "What?"
And when she mentioned
I'm
Ouija board,
gonna let
John
you
was like,
do-
I'm out.
I'm going to let you two do a little bit of interaction. I'm going to go pee.
Okay.
Okay. Enjoy.
Excuse me, Vistani, do you happen to have any facilities? Okay,
I
yeah.
just want to make sure this does work like in the.
I'm very surprised that it does. It didn't change any of the. Yes, everyone's in their normal spot.
Perfect. All right.
For everyone watching, just what normally happens if somebody changes their camera from on to off, for some reason that rearranges the order in Discord sometimes. Which
And all
it
of a
didn't
sudden,
do it
one of
this
them
time.
is DM, and that's very dangerous.
Yeah.
So.
Suddenly I'll be Casariel, and I've already been told I'm a very pretty girl, so
All of a sudden, you become a very good dancer.
Who knew?
Who knew, right? I didn't. So you walk up to this hovel, which looks just like all the other ones. There's nothing different about it. Say for one thing, instead of one, there are 3 elves standing outside of this.
hello.
Hi.
Hi. We're told that Casimir is here, or your leader?
That is correct. Do you wish to speak with him?
Sure. We were told by of no importance that he was over here. So
They just nod at you with that, and they say, all right, come on in. And they open the door for you.
oh, sorry. By the way, I was told this is the last. This is the only remnants, or this is your only culture. And I like, we've seen several cities of humans living around here, but are there more of your village, your kind, your people, in this
As you're-
land?
As you're asking that, another elf steps forward from the house.
He'll give him room to step out. If he wants to.
What you immediately notice about this man is he looks just like the other ones, except for one detail. He only has one ear, but he does have like the pointy ear like the other ones does. And as he steps out and looks at you, he says, "You have heard correct. Unfortunately,
I'm sorry to hear that. Seems like you're
we have
friendly. You're some of the more friendly people that we've met in this land.
It warms my heart to hear something like that. It's been a long while since we've heard something like that. Please, come in. My house is not much, but the hospitality is still yours. Come on in, please."
Yes, sir.
Before she enters, Casara will just kind of like offer like a very like respectful gesture to the 3 outside before she enters.
They will mimic it. So, I take it you're not from around here, seeing as...
No, we've been somewhat waylaid in this place.
And what do you think of this place?
In a word, drab. This whole land is just down and miserable all the time. The weather seems just horrid, and nobody seems cheerful. The only ones who seem to be spreading any cheer seem to be doing it through foul and disturbing ways.
Yes, and we all know who that is, right?
The witches.
Ah, yes. He seems a little saddened by your answer. Yes, them and so many more.
Oh yeah, the ones that we've seen some people, like the man who runs that city to the north, Vlaki. He seems to just be forcing everybody to bend to his whims, to try to force happiness, and you really can't force happiness. You can't make someone feel good through use of arms, and
you cannot force someone to be happy. You cannot force someone to do anything. We should be free. But yes, alongside the Vistani, us Dusk Elves are not welcome in Vallaki either.
I can imagine they're a very rules-heavy society, and there seems to be. They all seem to just either accept or sometimes just blatantly disregard. But all of them seem to be laboring under this falseness.
And why would they have this falseness, do you think?
They're
Well,
scared.
It seems like
Yes.
that they'll be put on a stage and forced to wear donkey masks or something. Do you think the kid with the shoes is in the donkey thing? We should check that out. I'll tell Carla about that. Never thought about that. Yes. Anyway, go on.
Casimir looks at Casario and he says, what are they scared of, do you think?
That is the question, isn't it? There's much to be scared of here. I think everyone
Yes.
tends to be scared of different things, and we're just trying to piece that all together now.
I think it depends on who you're asking. The people in town seem to be scared of the Burgermeister, but he seems to be scared of Strahd.
Yes. Strahd. He just says, like, absentmindedly staring in between you.
Why are your people, if I may, not welcome in Velaki?
Because I'm going to let the dice decide on this one. Because my people have had dealings with the whole reason why the entire town is scared and has been scared for so long.
Is it wolves?
Wolves as well, yes. It's one of the forms.
I suppose you could elaborate a bit. Forgive us, we are new here. You've had dealings with the reason the town's...
You look like adventurers. You look like the type that can get things done. If you were to hear of a great evil and decide that that evil makes the lives of hundreds, if not thousands of people miserable, would you not vanquish that evil? Would you not make sure that the land itself would be cleansed of that? Would you not make sure that other people can once again live in harmony? Is that not what heroes do?
If it's creating violence and spreading its evil, of course.
So if you were certain that this evil was true evil, you would agree with me that this evil should go, should be set right.
There's a funny thing about evil, particularly true evil. It really has a lot to do with the perspective of the person saying that it's evil.
I mean, I guess the witches wouldn't say that they're evil, but they clearly are.
Sure, and from my perspective, the hags should be killed, should be terminated.
Well,
But my perspective perhaps is different than your perspective.
well, actually, on that note, that's a good point. We did try. We tried. He's gonna turn to Casimir. You say that you should fight against that which is evil. We tried and we failed, and I think sometimes retreating and coming up with better tactics is the only option. Sometimes
Yes,
you can't fight directly, which is
If you're left with that option, that would be an option. You two seem young. If you would permit my insolence, how old are you?
Time passes funny in this place, I think. Casario, I was 26 when we came in here. How long do you think it's been? How many years?
I would say you're still 26, to your knowledge.
Okay. I was 26
And
when
you
I
would
came
be
here.
of a similar age, my lady.
Yes,
Hmm.
quite young.
Yeah.
Compared to, well, I don't presume, but I'll
Compared
say
to
in
me,
Elvish,
yes.
How old are you?
where I am from, your kind lives quite a deal longer than mine.
687 years.
You don't look a day over 500.
Your kindness is appreciated, but not necessary. You see, back many centuries ago, we, my people, had allied with the Druids and Argynvost during the Great War against the Dark Prince. We were few in numbers, but fearless warriors, and the Dark Prince's army invaded our small village in the mountains and held our women and children hostage if we would not stand down. We surrendered in shame. He burned our village and allowed us to scavenge for what we could. Our kind is not welcomed by those who pray to the Morning Lord in the villages that call us the evil ones, but we are different. We created a small camp along the River Luna for centuries after the war, and we just kept to ourselves. We traded with the Vistani, and we lived a quiet life. Until the Dark Prince captured my sister. He turned her into one of his brides. I could not let her suffer such a terrible fate, nor would she wish to live one, I am sure. I spent months tracking her movements, and on one evening, while she traveled to the castle in his carriage, I struck swiftly. I ran the carriage off the road, and with the heaviest of hearts, I killed my sister. I could see her eyes pleading me to do so, for she did not wish to live the life of a bride of that devil who burned our village and vanquished our people. He took vengeance upon our small camp. He killed every woman, slitting their throats. Every young girl was drowned in the river. Drowned in the river. Casimir turns his head and shows the place where his ear is gone. He stood above me and he sliced my ear off and held it in front of me, and then he whispered into my sliced ear, "I know that you can hear me. And hear me well. You will live your long, miserable life, knowing it was you that ended your kind. No woman shall ever live to bear a child of your kind. My sister visits me in my dreams, her soul trapped in the catacombs of Ravenloft, pleading to be set free. The Vistani took mercy upon me and upon the few of us who survived alongside me, and allowed us to build a small village here in their camp a long time ago. While we do not agree with their ways, we do owe them our allegiance. We are few in numbers, yet we live to see that devil destroyed. Others have come, have marched on the castle, but failed. There is a story of the Fanes of Barovia. It is said that the Fays know of a way to permanently destroy the Dark Lord and restore peace to the valley. Yet the Fays have long ago disappeared. Some say the Baba Lysaga who haunts the swamp is the cursed water fae, now the cursed swamp fae. There are mysterious stone circles. I know of one behind the old windmill, near the forest. Another is said to be in the swamps of Berez, and another in the foothills in the southwest of Barovia. where the Druids once lived. You, as adventurous, might venture to Perez and see if the story is true.
What do these stone circles? What's the significance of them? What are they?
I do not know. But I do know that the story goes that if there is a power to destroy true evil, perhaps it might be found there.
The druids you mentioned, we've yet to hear of them. Can you tell us more about them?
The Druids are no more.
Hang on. Before you go on, I know someone who's better at writing things down. And he sort of steps outside. Carla! He's gonna try to get your
I
attention.
imagine Carla like looks up from the Ouija board, seeing has no response, and is like, yes, what?
He's telling us
I'll
about
make
the
my
story
offer.
of this place. Can you come here?
Oh,
You just yell that across the camp.
And Ariel just
I
just
love it.
keeps her eyes focused on him and just smiles like apologetically.
yes?
Yeah, he's telling us like the history of things. He's talking about circles and druids and stuff. I don't know what's going on. You probably
Ooh.
know more about this.
Carla will enter and be like, hello? And she'll reach out her hand and she's like, sorry to interrupt your talking. Carla Lilacart, pleasure to meet you. Casimir, yes?
Yes, welcome to my humble home. I take it you're with these two?
Yes, we've been bound together.
Then you are equally welcome.
So, circles.
Stone circles. Tell her about the things that were.
Like Fae? Like the Fae circles are from home?
Yes.
Oh, tell me more. I've only encountered a handful of them.
The Fays themselves have long gone, though one of them might still be around if she might be cursed. I do not know if they still hold any credible power, but as the story goes, there might be a power to it that might aid us against the devil.
Devil. Like the devil, and I'll point below.
The Dark Prince.
Ah, the devil. And she'll hold out her hand and minor illusion and visage of Strahd.
He turns his gaze away from it and he nods.
Pulls it away. And she's going to look over to Cassariel. What's Cassariel's reaction to sort of this? What's visible on her face?
I think Casariel is still kind of like she's just fading out of that like apologetic hubbub that happened behind her. Carla walks in. She's just like, this is fine. Everything's fine. It's great.
Right, yes, him. He took one of our friends. The one we swore to protect. You can speak freely.
He relays the story about his sister and basically what happened to you.
Right, so he has brides. Does he make them marry him? What?
He does, yes.
Does anything change about them? I mean,
There's a lot of stories which I do not know which is true, but I do know that he does take what he wants, as he has done so for centuries.
you can see her like, visibly gets angry at that. And these face circles they might be key to stopping this.
It is but a rumor that I have heard, but
Rumors have led me to.
After more than 400 years, I feel that rumors are the only thing I have left.
They've led me to some incredible places. Some dark truths as well. They're always worth something. They're always based somewhere. Okay, so at these, and I'm going to hold the map out to him and presumably he told me of the different areas. Will you just mark here where they might be if you know?
And he roughly indicates 3 locations, one being at the windmill, one being towards the west of the map, but then more north, and one being more to the west of the map, but then more south.
Thank you. Is there anything we can do to help your people?
The one fae that I feel might still be around and might be worth investigating is the cursed swamp fae. If she still exists, even maybe not in her true form, that would be the one that I dare not go to, but that you might dare go to.
Is she a threat?
I do not know. I dare not go there.
Would there be any way, if she was maddened by something, would there be any way to, that you know of, to get through to her? We've met people who were not themselves.
Legend speaks of a wizard.
Yes.
That has
Of
come
what?
to these lands long time ago. That has holed up in the mountains because he went crazy. This wizard was of an unimaginable power, but ultimately he was corrupted and driven by madness. He now lives a secluded life by himself in the mountains. If power can get to someone of such regard, of such magical prowess, then I think that answers your question.
Hey, interesting. Carla's going to quickly flick down to her notes on Strahd's diary. What was the name of the long white-haired guy that seemed to have like a lot of banter and humor with us? Do you remember? I don't have it written down.
Is that
There's
like
Saint
an out
Andal.
of
Yeah, there was Saint Andal and then there was the other guy.
Leo de Silnia?
Leodisunya. Okay, she's going to kind of... I don't know if we ever got his name, so I don't know if she can say it.
I
I
think
don't think he has ever introduced himself to you.
Yeah, okay. So we'll leave that. I was
heard
going
his
to say
name
if I said
before.
that. Maybe, but... Okay, I'll leave it. If we did know it, it might be... That would be my first guess to a fucking powerful wizard, because he looked like that. Okay. This information is incredibly, incredibly helpful, and I am so sorry for everything that's happened to your people. This is horrific.
It is.
If you ever need help, I don't know how you could contact us, but if you ever hear that we're in the area, if you need help with anything, look for us.
Will you take my quest and seek out this fae?
Of course.
He opens up his cloak and he procures a dagger from his side. And hilt forward, he hands it to you.
I'll take it and
Take-
inspect it.
Take this dagger to help you on your journey. Please seek out the cursed swamp fae and learn their secret and survive. If you do, return me this dagger and I will join you on your march on Ravenloft when the time comes.
Ella will say, kind of like point a finger at him, and in his head he'll hear, "Please be careful with words. Sometimes he hears them. But of course."
And he replies, there is nothing he can do to me that he hasn't already done. The dagger he handed you is a special dagger. It's called Casimir's Dusk Elf Dagger. It's an item that I still need to add on the D&D Beyond, so I will do that before next session. But the description is a short metal blade mounted to a small hilt and crossguard. The dagger makes an effective side armament for hardened warriors or a hidden blade for assassins and thieves. When you roll a 20 on your attack roll with this magic weapon, your critical hit deals an extra 2d6 damage of the weapon's type. If the creature is undead, it deals an extra 1d4 radiant damage.
Okay.
Nice.
That's very nice. Carla will definitely equip that as her new main dagger.
Figured as much. So I will add that.
Thank you.
As a matter of fact, because it is a default weapon, it might be there. So let me quickly look for you, but I don't think it is.
I'll have a sconce if you want to continue on.
Yeah, go ahead.
It was
It's not there. No, then I'll add
Okay.
it was very nice to meet you, Casimir, and I'm sorry to hear the tale of your people. What happened to you? We're still piecing together this place. There's lots of things seem unknown to us, but as we stay here, the more we learn. We're going to I think we're going to try to find the daughter of one of the leaders of that Vistani camp up there, and something about
Yes.
the mansion to the south of here. Do you know anything about that place? They said it might be haunted.
It is a dark place. We do not go there.
Why is it dark? Spirits haunting it, personal evilness. Demons.
You seem...
Pies.
You strike me as a person that can feel or sense certain things, are you not? He says to Carla.
I have tools that help me do that.
We do have tools like that as well. It's being who we are. And in so being, we feel that this place is not a good place. We try to steer clear of that, lest we reduce our numbers even further.
Okay.
To be honest, I
Not
think this
concrete evidence, but feelings.
whole land kind of has that feeling, if I'm honest.
Unfortunately so.
Forgive me. I do have a few more questions, if I might.
Of course.
Do you happen to know anything about the Amber Temple?
Another dark place. Perhaps your male companion has a point. This whole land is cursed. The Amber Temple is another dark place. I advise you not to go there.
Unfortunately,
We kind of have to.
we've been told by Madam Eva. Perhaps you know her.
We got a card.
That we must go there.
If your fortune perhaps lies with the Amber Temple, he just cuts off his sentence over there.
It's actually one of the places we must go to save this land. Apparently, unless you don't think we should trust anything Madam Eva tells us.
As you aptly said when you entered my home, true evil is pretty much like trust. It's a matter of perspective.
It doesn't help me trust you. Or, well, I trust. Actually, you've been really friendly and hospitable. Your entire people have been amazing. So, I trust
So you would trust me?
I trust you more than I trust. Well, last time we trusted some people, they turned out to be hags and they tried to kill us.
Exactly.
I trust you.
Trust is a matter of perspective. I understand your question, but unfortunately I cannot give you an answer.
You're over 400 years old. Would you have been alive for the rule of Argynvost?
Yes.
What was he like?
Grand. Majestic. All-encompassing. He followed a belief that I do not hold as my own, but his ways were very much the same as ours. He was a good ruler.
We met
A good leader.
We met a knight of their order who's serving beyond his passing, beyond one of the bridges to Gresk. He still seems to reside there in a broken down tower, and I think we're going to try to see if we can learn more from him at some point and maybe give our
Yes.
respects.
I know of him. The plight of duty sometimes clings to people beyond the grave. It is that inspiring how Lord Argentvost was.
You know if there's a place where we could still learn of him? We found a book, but it was utterly unhelpful in some regards.
The Argentvost holds the castle.
Gosh.
I know of it. It torments me to think of that place in its current state. But if you must, you can visit it.
Thank you.
Do we already know where that is? I can't remember.
Yeah, we got that on the map. No.
Oh, yeah, you got it. Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. It's not on the map, but you did ask, so now it's on the map. Yes.
Yeah.
I think we had previously asked Lungari, and Lungari said it was on a. side
Lungari
road.
told you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Wish us luck in the mansion, and he starts walking out.
Carol's going to wait until Casario leaves.
Sorry, I was going to probably do the same thing to you.
I have patience of a saint. She does not.
After a few
So does
minutes,
Casario.
Sean's gonna stick his head back in. Do you have are we eating here or what?
I just have one more question. Forgive me. My mother was lost to me here. She was apparently working with Lady Vocta. I don't suppose you know her.
Yes. She lives in the village.
Yes. That's all you know of her?
I am not particularly inclined to Valaki, nor am I allowed in. I know of her, but that is pretty much what I know.
She has a book club that's really creepy.
And the Brides of Strahd, what purpose do they serve him? Do they make him stronger or
Pleasure, mostly.
I see. I'm gonna glance over at Carla, I see what she's doing.
She's fuming. You can see Carla is visibly angry.
I will again give kind of like the gesture of respect and I'll say it in Elvish. Thank you for your kindness.
And he'll reply in Elvish, and he'll say, "And you, the Knights will protect you."
Silver Lady guide you. And I'll leave.
All right.
John's eating a ration outside, just leaning against the wall.
He's a simple creature, my John.
Carla is going to just kind of offer her hand out to him. Little.
He looks at it.
Would he take it?
That depends. Is it palm up or palm down?
Palm up.
No, that looks like an offering. So he'll just look at it.
Yep. Okay. Very frustrating. Cultural differences. Okay. To speak very candidly, not to speak at all, and then message in his head. I hate him. I hate Strahd. I hate that he's abusing in a power. Everything that I've heard is indicative of a dictator, of a man who wants more than he should have. My companions sometimes don't feel that same way, and I fear I may not be able to save this land because I am not powerful enough to stop both them and him. But I will try. That is all I can offer to keep your expectations realistic.
And he will reply, "That is more than I can ask for. This is a strange land with a tyrant for a ruler, and you understand this better than no one else."
You've unfortunately had to live it. Probably like no one else. Thank you. I appreciate all your knowledge. And not really a religious person, but I do hope the fates are on your side from now on.
Thank you. He bows at you.
She gives like a nod back and then scutters out of the place until she reaches out to them.
I think at this point, John has like shared like whatever parts Casario likes of the rations. He's basically given all that to her, so they're sort of just splitting a meal outside, if that's okay. With
She looks into his hand and she, no, I want that one.
you. Oh, yeah, of course.
No, I want the blueberry one.
Fine. He'll take the raspberry one.
Well, I could find no markings of where that young girl has gone from here, so I think if we do start at the mansion, we'll at least rule out that she's not there.
Oh, that reminds me. In terms of finding people, guy with the weird shoes.
He's probably locked up in the man's basement.
Did we ever check the donkey people in the front? I mean, because their shoes are visible. Maybe we can look next time. I never looked. I don't really.
I
Look
know
at
his mother. We asked his mother if she went near them. She said,
yeah, but she runs a cult.
No, that's Lady Vokta. This is different.
Oh,
his mother, the
right.
person who sent us on the quest.
Wasn't he working with the cult lady?
He was.
Oh,
Did we ask Lady Vokter about the guy?
Yeah.
We asked like that 2 episodes ago, and I think we brought it up last episode as well.
At the end of the cult part, John, who was being controlled by the other entity, said, "Oh, aren't we looking for that shoe guy?" And and that we answered.
Yeah.
Cool.
He's either been eaten by wolves or locked up somewhere by the Burgermeister, so that will involve when we actually have to go to usurp that Burgermeister.
By haunted, do you think it means undead? Because I could really go for some fucking murdering.
I could go for a good ghost story. I mean, why is the undead there? It's a great question. I'm down. Are you down? And again, if the girl is not there, that's great. If she is there, we save her. There's probably still plenty of time.
Oh, there's certainly something there. There's a reason they're there. And I'd like to know why they're there.
And as you're talking, I imagine you slowly walk southwards.
Towards the mansion, yeah.
Towards the mansion. Oh, yeah.
Walking away from this house, you see, well, if you would have looked over your shoulder, you would see 3 very sad dusk elves that were not offered a ration. And as you... Couldn't help myself. Like, you're just eating in front of 3 people, dude. That's so sad.
If they looked like they haven't eaten in a while, or if they were looking at it longingly, then I certainly would have given them 3 other rations.
No, the dusk elves are slender, but not gaunt.
Yeah, I figured that this is their village, and if they're gonna have any food, it's gonna be here.
So as you walk southwards, you hit another tree line, and if you walk through the tree line into the forest for another 15-20 minutes, you indeed end upon another clearing. And that clearing, we will dive into after the break.
Okay, getting some dancing, getting some backstory, some lore.
So good.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah, who's stupid now, huh? Who's stupid now? For the entire time, I was picturing Gomez and Morticia Adams.
Yes!
The entire time.
Same.
Exactly.
Yes. You
Mi
funny
amor.
Pakistani looks so good, by the way. You did not have to make him look so good.
All right, we will see you guys after the break. We'll be back in a couple of minutes, and on YouTube, we will be back basically in a couple of seconds, so stick around.
Yep.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. We've just had our break. I hope you did too. If you're on Twitch, of course. If you're on YouTube, chances are you probably didn't have your break. But if you didn't, just make sure that you do have your water with you, because it's important. So what did we do before the break? We visited a Vistani camp. Oh, yes. We learned a whole lot. We learned that Casario can dance. And we learned a whole bunch of lore from a dusk elf that you guys visited. That was fun. And now you decided to go to a mansion that has been mentioned a couple of times to the south of here. So you guys move through the tree line from where you are right now. And after about 15 to 20 minutes, you indeed come upon another clearing. And that clearing makes you turn around a bit and turn around a bit until you approach a larger clearing where you spot a large mansion in front of you towards the north.
Okay, just so everyone knows, you guys may not be able to see it because of the way I cropped it. It says loading Daskaloo Manor at the top, and that made us all scared.
I
This
didn't know that.
Means
I'm more
a lot
scared now.
for the players.
If you guys have watched our prequels, our two-shot prequels, there is a person named Daskaloo who is very important to our little group.
Yes.
I don't believe in God, but today I hope he's with us. Oh my
That
god.
DM though. That DM tied that shit all together. Slow clap.
Oh, we never even met the person in Kresk. Anyway, this place doesn't look so bad.
There's more ways to get to one location. Between the trees, you spot a small beaten path that leads to a manor. The manor, though old and unkept, seems like it was something of grandeur when it was constructed. The manor seems to have an upper level and a large central tower or attic. You're not sure. Near the supposed entrance to the manor, you notice what you think is a small tool shed in the front yard. A waft of something unpleasant hits your nose. Maybe an animal carcass nearby.
This place smells foul. Does it smell bad to you? Something
Like undead?
like
Like an animal carcass.
it's just death, just regular death.
John, I don't suppose you'd...
When I get closer, I think I should. And it doesn't.
Just as Casara opens her mouth to ask him that, I feel like is that what you're gonna do? You're gonna...
Well, I'm gonna wait until I get closer because I don't. It's only a certain area around me. I'm gonna approach. I'm gonna say, Carla.
What?
Not.
Oh, what?
Can I? I want to check something first. I don't know if this is. We've been told this is an evil place. Be careful where you are.
Okay.
Sorry,
just freeze where I am.
all right, yeah, and he's gonna get like within 10 feet of this wall and just sort of hold out his hands with the symbol of saloon and open up his senses and try to divine sense.
You distinctly notice nothing.
I'm gonna look back to Casariel and just... I don't sense anything. So far, nothing...
What do you mean?
Nothing evil in this area, around. For at least a dozen paces or so.
Oh, that's unexpected.
And I'm just gonna...
Also, as a very, very quick in between, can I just give a quick shout out to Tabletop Audio for the amazing score in the background? It's fit so freaking well. Sorry, go on.
Is it called Daskaloo Manor, the song?
No, I quickly just.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna
Carla's
get
going
behind
to look at the
Carla
grave.
and
Gravestones.
stay away from the grave.
Carla's going to look at the gravestones, take any names down, any dates.
There is a gravestone here, but there is no marking on it.
And any of them?
None of them.
When I look at the dirt, how fresh has it been placed?
It's hard to tell, but your estimate is that it's not too long ago.
Yeah.
So anywhere between now and say a week to 2 weeks ago.
Looks like it was, not, seems to be a bit more recent, so if anyone answers the door, we'd say, oh, I'm so sorry, we give our condolences, that kind of thing.
Yes.
Can I do? I'm going to do an out of character point of clarity. The divine sense does need direct line of sight for individuals that are evil or undead or whatever, but within the radius, anywhere that is hallowed or desecrated is known. So just
I know.
mention that.
And
Okay,
you don't feel anything.
okay, just mentioning that for going forward too. Cool. Sorry, I'm not on edge. You're on edge.
And it is held by like total obscurity and like, you know, there's some caveats, right?
I think for individuals, it specifically says like until the end of the turn, you know the location of any celestial fiend or undead that is not behind total cover within 60 feet.
Yes.
However, then it
Do I
says
glow? Do I glow next to him? Am I shimmering?
actually,
Look at
yeah,
it.
you are
Just
celestial.
You
yeah.
should be. Yeah, because Esmar is technically is like
Oh.
a
Are
celestial
they
esque, right?
celestial?
Like,
I'm sorry. I
yeah,
didn't,
no, they're not, but they're not far from it. So I'll give you.
you
a
know,
faint
not,
glow.
you know not to look at me when you cast that, John.
So I'm basically
Never mind.
carrying around like a wad of spirits with me. Does he feel undead?
Uh,
Light up like a firecracker.
oh wait. We're not hearing music. Yes, we are. Okay, yeah, you. Okay, good. Just making sure you are.
It might be just low on your end. Okay. So is this door unlocked? So Carla's going to immediately check if this door is locked.
It is not.
I'm going to twist it open and have a tiny peek inside.
Right. As you crack the door a little bit, you get a very, very strong waft of what you smelled outside. This is foul in here. It is completely dark though, so unless you open the door fully, it's going to be hard to look inside.
You have that light thing, right? You do light.
Oh,
You,
well,
yeah. I'm going to hold up a
sure.
pebble.
I
you mind?
will touch it and it lights up beautifully.
She'll throw it into the room and kind of have another peek.
As you throw that inside the room, you immediately see the whole reason why you just got that attack on your nostrils. For inside is just a pile of corpses dug up, dead but not buried, skeletal or not. It's an absolute massacre inside here. It's not like anyone was murdered here, but this almost looks like a storage house.
Oh, this looks rather unpleasant. I think take maybe one guess at who I think. It's such. Please, do you remember our friend? Our good friend from Neverwinter, who loves bodies. When we investigated him, the last known location that he was in had a similar. Oh, I'm gonna fucking close this door. She's gonna shut the door. Yeah. Yeah, it's him. It's him.
Mm.
Oh, God.
I I don't want to do this, but if we find a particularly interesting person that's passed, I could talk to them. You know, ask them, hello, how are you? Did you get murdered by a weird necromancer today or yesterday or something?
He doesn't do the murdering, though. They just bring bodies to him. Oh,
You wanna, like, you're talking about speak with dead, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just wanna make sure.
I feel like we should wait until it's like a rather interesting body, you know?
yeah. If we see one that looks like it will tell us something interesting, absolutely. But for now,
Seriously.
fucking get out of here.
Right.
One moment, actually. Carla.
Mm.
Sorry. Carla is going to take some oil from her oil flask, and she's just going to kind of like dump a little bit in the door here. It's like, on the way out, I think we should burn this.
Oh, salt sometimes does things.
Yeah. Just a reminder, though, that we need to light that on our way out. Oh, God. Okay,
Right.
Let's go. So yeah, she's just going to leave like a trail of oil like from there out so that she can light it on her way. out of this
We're
place,
gonna-
because fuck hell.
I love it.
Alrighty.
Smart. Thank God we have Carla. She's so smart.
John's looking very serious and somewhat somber and sort of glaring at the building as they walk away from it.
Oh. John.
We're going to see to the dog.
You would have sensed something if they were undead. You know.
I was outside at the time. I don't know if normally I have to see whatever I sense, it sort of glows, and if I can't see it through a wall, then
I'm gonna take him by the arm, and I'm just gonna look at him and whisper, kind of quietly, but not too quietly, like Carla could probably hear. What happened before? That will never happen again.
no,
You're stronger now.
it will never happen again. And he sort of like clenches the weapon a little bit tighter and nods to you.
And you have me now.
You're right. You're right.
Moonlight above.
Chaos below.
I'll clink his weapon. Right.
Okay, do we
It's
want to
about
go
time kill
invisible?
Something, don't you think? What?
Oh,
I'm sorry. We were just talking
sorry.
about killing something.
Yes,
Yeah.
do we want to go invisible and do espionage, or are we just going to tear in there and kick his ass?
Normally I'd
It's
be
John.
for the first one, but we tried that with the mill and that didn't go very well.
Yes, suppose might as well just go in. Carla is going to pull out that perfume bottle that she found and is just going to spritz that like around them. So that is the smell that they have instead of the carcasses.
It helps for a little bit.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean I meant we did try to go in, bursting and in the mill and it didn't quite work. Maybe your way is better this time.
Casariel, you decide. I can't.
John, I'm gonna sort
I
of
wasn't
like
paying attention. What?
Okay. Are we going invisible or are we going to just in there?
Oh, I mean, this is our friend. If the sign back there was correct, I mean, shouldn't we thank him for bringing us here? I certainly would like to. She's gonna draw her sword with like a, and she's like just looking at the edge and how sharp it is.
oh my god. What does this window look like as I approach? Is it boarded up or is it viewable?
It is partially boarded up, but if you squint through it, you're making out a bit of a room, and you notice a couple of plants.
This must be where they keep the roses.
You mean there's manacles in there? What do you mean?
There's plants in here.
Oh my.
Oh, actual roses. Right. No. I knew that. I'm just continuing walking.
Carla's going to pop up to this window and see.
This window isn't boarded up, and if you look inside, you see what might have really been a grand entrance to a manor, but fallen to complete disrepair. As a matter of fact, if you look through that window, I will grant you the visual.
Ooh.
Looking into the hallway, you spot a bit of carpet, a grand statue of the Lord of Death himself standing in the middle, and two staircases leading upward. On both sides of this hallway, you spot 3 doors on the left, and you spot 1 door on the right.
Okay, all of you.
The lamps
be very,
inside?
Sorry.
The lamps inside are lit.
All of you, duck behind the like walls here, okay? And I'm going to keep below. I'm going to make my hand appear in there and knock on one of the doors to see if anyone comes out, but we'll keep cover. Then we can at least see if anyone is there.
Just as Carla starts to talk, Casariel uses thaumaturgy to try to open the door.
Cool.
And she's like
So both of-
nodding. She's like,
So both of those will happen. The front doors, open. Do you want to knock on the door as well still, Carla?
No, I imagine I'm explaining this like, oh yes, this is a really smart plan in order to just gauge the enemy location.
Yep.
And she like bursts it open. I'm like, I could have just said nothing. I could have just done that instead. All right.
I'm sorry. I'm really interested in murder. And I'll just walk in the door.
Okay.
As you walk inside, Carla, Casariel. Wow, we're all about like switching places today, right?
It's the K names. What can you do?
It is what it is.
Wait, what do we call Carlos Ariel?
Carl
Carlos Ariel, yep.
Yeah.
Carcerial.
Casarlical?
Carsariel. There we go. Ooh. It's very our
you
names
walk-
combined are very good. We might need to ship this.
Melodical?
Yeah.
Yes. As you walk
Just for the
inside,
name.
you notice that the statue itself, although cowled, does look exactly at the entrance.
That is quite an impressive blade. Hi. Thing. Mind the carpet, John.
I'm gonna keep an eye on this thing. I don't trust it. Remember when we came in here? The suit of armor that wrestled us?
Yes.
Oh, do I
Hey.
remember? Do I remember it throwing me down the stairs and almost murdering me right out? Yes.
I think and he's gonna look at Carla. I think you're the one who finished that one off. I'll holler if I need you.
Of course. We have all our stuff. I mean, you two won't be as helpless. I at least had my innate magic.
Oh, Casaria is so excited. She's really trying to hold it back, but you can like the energy, like how excited Carla was to get that bag of holding. Casariel is just like vibrating, like she's like, come the fuck at me, bro. Like she's real excited.
Just out of character, I'm so happy.
So with that, she is definitely like, as she does every time she enters a room, she's making a very careful sweep, assessing, okay, so this statue has a weapon. It's also a little bit creepy. The carpet looks a little bit shady. Like, she's looking at everything.
Okay.
Assessing any danger.
Okay.
Dead
you've
focus
named
on the
what you would see here.
dead focus on the statue for John.
Okay.
Okay, well, I suppose Carla will like scoot past Casariel and head towards this door. I mean, there's one door here and 3 that way, so I think we might as well start with one.
That seems wise. But like in a cautiously wise. I
Strangely
mean, I would have gone,
wise.
but no, it's smart. Don't you think, John?
Yeah. Shout if something happens. I'm still worried about
Mage
this thing.
hand opening the door.
Okay. The door is unlocked, so you can.
And peeking in.
Okay. As you peek in, you notice that the lights in this room are lit as well. The whole room has just rows upon rows of tables with plants on them of various sorts, leaves strewn about, and you would have expected this to be either outside or like in maybe like one of those, glass houses, greenhouses, but this is inside. It looks weird. John, as you move towards the carpet, you notice that the statue is looking at you. Or is it?
To see what this thing is.
Yeah, Casariel already warned John about the carpet, so she fully expects that he would have stayed off the carpet. So she's like waiting for it. Like Carla opens the door and she's like, oh my god, what is she seeing there? What is she seeing there? So when John steps on there and makes a noise, it scares Casariel, and she turns back. She's like, what the fuck are you doing? Get off the carpet.
This thing, I need to know if it's a threat.
Fuck you
fucking gigantic statue with a
How
scythe,
tall? How tall is it?
bigger than me.
Oh, so this central hallway is pretty high. This is like, say, 10 to 12 foot high, and this statue almost reaches the top.
All right, so it has a scythe that is how long? Like
The whole statue and scythe is made of metal.
right, and is the scythe as long? So basically, I'm judging if this thing were to swipe out. He wants to stay out of range of it, out of range of the scythe.
Oh, you're
how
in
long
range
it is.
right now.
Okay, he's gonna take a step back.
Okay.
Does it follow him with the eyes?
You have the feeling it does.
All right. This thing is watching me. And he's sort of basically just moving back and forth, watching the eyes. Look, see, it's following me. Look.
Yeah, stare at the fucking carpet.
Is it looking at you, or can you look at it? Does it look at you?
I will indulge him. I'll.
No, don't.
The statue is looking at you, Casario.
Yes.
All right. While she does that, is it also looking at me? Does it feel like I'm looking? It's looking at me.
It is.
Okay.
Carla, hearing
and it's
this
not
go
crossing.
back and forth
These are just like.
and annoying her to all hell, she'll take her now empty sack, because she's moved everything over to the bag of holding, and make her mage hand reach out and put it over the statue's eyes. Her empty sack that she used to have. It's now over the statue's eyes.
The bag of holding?
No. The bag of holding now has all of my stuff. I have an empty bag because of that.
Ah.
My
That
empty bag.
will- if you rip it up, you can cover its eyes with it, but the head is too big to put a backpack over.
I'll fucking rip. Hand it to my mage hand, and my mage hand will do the work.
Cool. Okay. So you have a ripped up backpack, basically making a blindfold for the statue. Sure.
Better now.
John and Casario, what does it mean?
The statue no longer looks at you because it can't.
Did you do
don't-
that?
He's gonna point and
Oh my
like,
goodness, this horrible monster! I'm being eaten. Can we fucking move on? Come on.
he's just gonna say,
Color did it.
I don't like this because the stairs that I don't feel comfortable with this thing. It seems like it's watching. And he's just gonna sort of sidle along towards Casario and say, "Let's go in the other room."
Yeah, but should we go in there with Carla?
Yeah, yeah. Let's go.
Yeah, I'll follow you then.
Okay. He's gonna.
As soon as he walks by, she is like a. Got to make a man think it's his own fucking idea.
What? I was going
Also-
in there. You don't have to.
One thing I forgot to mention on the this room is it has two doors, one to the north and one to the east, which you can visually see, but I didn't say it.
Thank you.
Carol's gonna hang out by the open door, just in case she does need to run, and mage hand open this one across the way from her.
Okay.
I was gonna stand in front of the group.
The door opens, and again, you can see that there is light coming from that place. Because you're standing where you are, you can only see a very small part of it.
Okay, and then she's going to open that door with her mage hand before we go any further.
Okay. Oh.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Oop.
Same applies there, though in contrast to the other room where you feel you see like a bit of a carpet or something, in this room you see some stones and wood lying on the ground.
Carpet it is. She'll follow up with John.
Yep. He's gonna cautiously approach and sort of like stick his head through the door to look left and right.
Okay. You walk past the table with the plants, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You look around. I think just ask him.
No.
You guys are so on edge. I love it.
That's nothing.
John's on edge. Daniel's excited. All right.
So you stick around. You stick your head around the corner and you look into this room, right?
Yes.
All right. Again, it is a very well lit room, and it seems to be some sort of a living room or study. There's a couple of bookcases lining the walls. There's a chest in the corner. There is a fireplace that is lit. A couch in the middle, and some various paraphernalia on the table. one of which is a tray with some delicacies on it.
All right. So the moment that he looked in and didn't see
Right
anything there, he basically just like looks back at Carla and says, "It's just books," and he stands out of the way, let her go.
Perfect. Perfect. You go first, and she'll shove him in and follow him behind him.
All right. And he just sort of like he takes a seat on the couch. He's like, "Oh, this stuff."
She'll go to the bookshelves, rifle through those, and then head over to the chest. And thoroughly avoid the delicacies.
You, by now, might have noticed what the delicacies are.
What kind of
Yes.
delicacies? I haven't noticed them.
Their
Children?
intestines.
Oh,
Ugh.
he stands back up off the couch. He goes, "Ugh."
Yeah.
Just
It's a
backs
wooden
up.
plate full of guts, basically. They seem relatively fresh.
Okay, if nothing's immediately attacking me here, I'm going to do a thorough investigation of the room.
Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Okay. Do. 10 plus 8. Why can I not think? 21. There we go.
Okay. You search through the rooms. You look at the bookcases and rifle through the books to see if you find anything here. Surprisingly, though, most of these books are just like easy reading material. So like Hansel and Gretel and the like. It's nothing worth like your time.
Twilight.
You look at the chest and do you open it?
Of course. I use
Okay.
Mage Hand to open it.
I figured as much. The chest is unlocked and contains nothing of value. It's actually empty. The other bookcase is also just volumes upon volumes of like novels and poems. Nothing too special. However, when you come to the table, you probably with hesitation reach over the delicacies on the table
Yes.
and grab the scroll that is on the table.
My Mage Hand does.
Well, sure.
I'm not touching anything in this god-awful place.
Do you decide to read the scroll?
Of course.
The scroll itself looks like some sort of blueprint, if you will. It's hard to make out what it is because there's a lot written in a language that you are not accustomed to. But the scribblings and drawings do make out a couple of things. And looking at it, you have, with your 21, a feeling that this document is detailing the usage of ground up body parts to enhance certain potions. But the details and how it actually works just eludes you.
I don't like where this is going.
Delightful. Okay, I'll stuff that in the bag of holding. Alright.
This room was actually a boon to John because he's been feeling a little bit on edge, especially with the bodies and stuff. But this just immediately triggers his sense of boredom. He's like, "Oh, books."
Books and guts,
Yep.
Over to this room, I'll allow John to go first. I'm like,
Yep.
ladies first.
He's just gonna walk in and look left and right. He's not even like sticking his head in now.
Fair enough. So you walk into this room.
Uh-oh.
Oh, game paused.
The
No,
music. The
stop.
music stopped.
Don't.
Oh boy.
Don't stop the music. You look into this room and you notice that apparently this room has been filled with rubble. You would probably quickly look up to see where this is coming from, and you notice that upstairs there's a gaping hole in the ceiling. Apparently, due to neglect of this mansion, the upper room has just disintegrated and fallen down into this room, covering it completely in rubble and wood and furniture. And some body parts.
Oh, lovely.
That as soon as you enter this room, start to move.
Cesariel, meanwhile,
Roll for initiative.
is just she's looking at the plants in this room. She's thinking, perhaps these could be like used for a potion or like a healing potion or something. She's just very casually. She actually doesn't even realize they left this room here to the right. She's just like very casually examining the plants. Anything in this room strike her as interesting?
In the plant room, there's a couple of plants that look really pretty. Some of them that smell really nice. Some of them that smell really sharp. Whether or not that does something to you, I will leave up to your discretion.
Yeah, I'll take a clipping of like as many variety as I can before I assumedly hear.
Roll me a d20.
18. I'm on fire today, guys. Woo! Fire. Just flat 18. Should I add anything?
Nope. If you might have noticed, there's 20 plants. You take no less than 18 clippings.
Oh boy. It's all clipped up.
Okay.
Yeah, you're just going through this like a song, like a song machine. Like,
I'm
I will work with you after the session to determine what this all is. Cool. But for now, roll for initiative.
Yeah.
I got a 10.
A 10 it is.
A mighty 3.
You can never win
14.
with initiative.
And a 14.
I'm really good at not fighting. Anything but fighting.
Well,
You hear, Casario.
this is so funny because you're in the other room, but Casariel, you're up. You're first.
Cutting this. Oh, that sounds nice.
Casario,
What? Yeah? What?
we have company.
Oh, good. Is it Deskaloo? And
No.
I'll use my movement to walk this way, unaware that they have found anything.
You can
weird.
move through me because I'm smaller than you.
Well, yeah, I mean, she's in the doorway, so I'm gonna like, you're shorter than me, so I'm just gonna peer over you, right, and into the. Oh. Yeah, I feel like that's my turn.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Up
You're
next,
gonna do this.
Oh.
the zombies start to
Yes.
approach.
Oh shit, John.
And I'm just going to position them. This one can't make it. Can't make it. Those three will all three attack John.
I hold up my weapon to defend.
Let's hope that that will save your sorry hide. Let's see.
My hide is not sorry.
That is 22, a 13,
Doesn't it?
and a 19.
So I imagine that I hold up the weapon and I catch one of them like biting on it, and then the other two get me in the sides as I'm holding this one off. Arrgh.
All right. So the other two hit you.
2 hit me.
Okay. The two that hit you with both a bite and a claw attack at the same time, dealing combined 7 points of damage per. So that's 14 total.
Alrighty. Ow.
John. Sorry, Carla.
Okay, immediately Carla is going to, I moved, but I shouldn't have, that wasn't really what I wanted to do. Carla is going to look at those 3 zombies and, she'll take out one of her daggers and it'll start to glow, and she will, underneath John's leg, start, like, spinning it out until it, like, hits behind them, just within, like, a 5-foot cube, so, like, just so that they get hit with the 5-foot cube there without hitting John, and it'll be Cloud of Daggers, so, yeah, you just gotta take your slashing damage, King. Alright, let's see. And it's 4d4, I believe. Yep, because I'm only going to do it at 2nd level. Alrighty.
There we go. You guys should be able to see that, right? Yes. Good.
11
So we
damage
brought
to all of them.
Awesome.
To all of these ones.
11 damage total. And that's what kind of damage?
Slashing.
Okay. Noted. Thank you.
And
Do they
anything that
hurt?
moves with...
By that?
Do they look hurt by that?
Some flesh flies off, I guess.
And then for my my bonus action, I am going to determine my tail for the next round. Okay, that's not bad. All right, I'll let that happen when it happens. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. But
Mr.
anything now
John.
that moves in there gets that.
Yeah.
Right. John, just the one that that's holding out, he's going to like flip the weapon to like make it reel backwards and then just slam it in the back. And it's the one right in front of him. And straight up heavy weapon attack.
Yeah.
And then it's going to be it's a +4. So okay, I got a 18 total.
Hits.
Roll the 14. Finally. Okay, so let's see what I got. 6 and 2. That's 8 plus 15. That is going to be 23 damage.
Holy shit! You disintegrate the zombie. It's just gone.
And oh, that felt good. And then, so basically, it flings him off. Comes up with an upper hand strike. It goes through him, and once again you hear hit it again, and he continues around and brings it down on the one to his left.
Okay.
So the one over in the left, and that is going to be. I rolled a 14 with the first one and a 15 with the second one, so there's going to be a 20. 21. No, 22.
Fuck.
Whatever.
You disintegrate the second zombie. Holy shit!
I didn't roll the damage on that unless you want me to.
Oh, that wasn't damage. Okay,
No,
sorry.
so that was
definitely hits,
just
though.
a hit. Okay, cool. All right. So this one.
Oh, I thought that was damage. I was like, holy shit!
This one's gonna be more damage. So 9 plus 15. That's gonna be 24 damage.
Holy
You
shit.
still disintegrate the zombie.
Okay. So he grabs
Man,
one of them.
you freaking tank.
The thing is like trying to bite him. He's grabbing it and flings it back, uppercut, and then slams down on the other one, and sort of turns to face the other one, trying to impose it between his friends. I'm gonna take one step in to allow room for anyone to come in if they want to.
Watch
You're
the
fine.
cloud of daggers. Yeah. Good.
Right. Yeah. I'm specifically.
Yeah, you should be fine.
Yeah, manipulating around that. Cool.
Yep. All right. Cassariel, your turn.
Yeah, so I imagine like as she sees this going on, she watches John just like murk two of them, and she goes, "Oh, game on, buddy!" And like she kind of like pushes past him and like spins past him, which is why he kind of moves over, so like it all kind of like flows. And she's going to watch this, and bam, she's gonna post out two moonbeams. So she'll moonbeam the one right in front of John, and then the one immediately to John's right.
I don't want to be a spoil, but yeah, you should be able to see him. Yeah, no,
Well,
that's
I
perfectly
think
fine.
you moved into
I'll
the
move in.
room, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I did. I moved in.
Oh.
Yeah, I moved
If you moved in,
and
that's
like
perfectly fine. Yeah.
yeah, I'm just playing off of like his actually moving to the side. So like she kind of like she pushes past him and like spins around, and she's like, "Ha, watch this, bang bang."
Perfect.
Yeah.
You can.
So I'm,
All right.
I'm actually inside, and I will step like kind of right here.
right
Okay,
ahead.
two moonbeams. Oof. First one is a 4. I'm assuming that does not hit.
A 4 total? No.
Well, hold on. It's a 4 plus 7, so 16. Is that
4
right?
plus 7 is 11.
Okay. Does that hit?
That does hit.
Great. And the next one is
They're only zombies.
17. This is 17.
And that hits too.
Okay. Great. Okay. The first one is a 6 points of damage. I have no. I just know.
Okay. Noted.
Okay, so that's-
it starts
yep.
to it starts to bleed a bit.
Okay. And the second one is a 7 points of damage.
Noted. That just like blasts some flesh off.
Yeah, she's like, I saw John like disintegrate this thing, so she's like, spiritual weapon, bang. She's gonna like conjure the spiritual weapon up, and it's gonna go between these the two farthest guys on the right,
All right.
right in
Reminding me
between
that I still need to add spiritual weapon as a token.
a
Every
moon
single
type.
time I say this, like,
Moon in
please,
the middle.
after today's session, please remind me.
two
Need to
crescent
do
moons
that.
on the side. It's
There
real
you
cool.
Nice.
Yeah, and I'll take a swipe at the one right in front of John.
Okay.
Let
Yeah.
us mark that spell. Yeah. Okay, it's +7. Okay. So,
That is a...
ooh, 9.
That hits.
Ooh.
Yeah, they're only zombies, so...
Wow.
They seem
Ooh,
like beefed
it's
up
a-
zombies.
12 damage.
12?
Yeah.
You disintegrated.
She looks at John and she gives him a little wink.
Moonlight above.
Chaos below.
And that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
All right.
That was awesome.
That's all.
So the zombies move forward.
He gets hit with 11 points of damage.
Yep, I figured as much. 11 points of damage. He isn't looking too good, Mr. Stark. But the other one tries to get really into John. The other one does as well, by the way. They both try to attack John.
Yep.
One does for... Nope, for a 9. The other one does for a 17.
All right, that one's gonna hit.
All right, that's 7 points of damage total.
So, all right, in my head, what happened was, ooh, that was good. What happened was the zombie in front of me lunged at me, and my maul and Cassariel's ghost blade, her spiritual weapon, cross and block it, and then the other one gets me in the side.
Fair enough.
Are you hearing
All right.
growling? I'm hearing growling. I don't
Yeah,
like it.
it's awful. It's
Carla.
terrible. I can't think.
Sorry, I'm having too much fun with this up close.
I know you are. All right. For what I'm going to do is I am going to, she's going to pop in and she's going to be like, John, stay safe for the love of God. I don't want that thing out again. And she will send the tail of the
Excuse me?
traveler his way. I know.
Oh my god.
She'll send the tail of the traveler through him, so you see sort of like a spirit bursts out into the ground and envelops John. You will gain temporary hit points equal to my bardic die, and because I have a special new thing, it's going to be 2. It's great. Okay. So that's 10 temporary hit points to you, and on top of that,
Ooh.
you are going to... Oh, plus my bard levels, that's 13 temporary hit points.
Oh boy.
So with my bard level. Oh wait, fuck. That's stupid. Wait, we're level 6 now. Holy shit. Okay, yeah, no, 16.
Good
16. Okay. Wow. You also have an increase of 10 feet to your movement, and you have a +1 to your AC.
Oh shit! Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
+1 to my AC would have saved me from that last bite.
I know. And
Actually, no, meets
with-
and beats it. Never mind. Anyway.
with that being my bonus action, as my main action, I am going to... I think it would be funny to do this. She's going to grab the Mace of Terror, and she's going to just... I have like a -1 to this, so like it doesn't matter if I... hard to hit. I'm just going to throw it at that zombie in front of John to
Okay.
deal
That's
damage.
cool.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be negative Nancy here, but you
That's
put it
okay.
in your bag of holding, right?
I mean, I put it in to demonstrate. I presume I just keep my weapons on me then afterwards.
Just
Because I
wanna
switched
make sure.
everything
All
over.
right.
Yeah.
In that case, if you still have it on your body, then go ahead.
Yeah. Like if I was going into a situation like this, I wouldn't keep it on my in my bag anyway, so
Figured as
Okay.
much. All right, go ahead.
take a guess at what I got.
Natural 20. Well, I think according to my notepad over here, I believe that might hit.
That might hit, yeah. +2,
Yeah.
so that's 22. Great. So now I have to do. Okay, this is funny.
Just quickly popping up. I'm just gonna pose a question. Should we start using crunchy crits? Because I really do like that.
Yeah, crunchy crits.
I'm in for it.
Okay.
For
What
those
is that
of you
again? Yeah.
So for
You
those
get-
of you that don't know what
I mean,
that is,
I know, but just
Yeah,
in case
it-
anybody that's watching doesn't know.
Right, yeah.
yeah. So my as a DM, my biggest gripe with crits is the fact that you can actually crit a character and throw 2 dice instead of 1 because wow, you crit and it actually rolled lower than what you could have thrown with just 1 dice, which is just shitty. So I think we should start ruling that if you hit a crit, you will hit maximum damage on 1 dice and you will roll the second dice. That's so much more cooler. It might also be dangerous because your enemies might do the same thing, but I think it's just so much cooler. So if you guys are already okay with it, I think that's going to be a table rule from now on.
Man.
So my damage was 11,
brilliant.
but I get a -1 to that, so that's 10 damage.
So what's your max damage on your dice?
It's 6, and then I rolled a 5
All right,
for
so
the Mace of Terror.
yeah, so that is -1 on both, so that would be a 5 and a 4 for a 9 total.
Okay, 9 damage, and also, let's see, what else does it has to make me a DC Wisdom 15 check.
I don't even have to roll that, I think, because it's a. It rolled a natural 20, so it will.
Wow. This is a
So funny. That's so funny.
This zombie was a scholar in life. It's actually a super wise zombie.
Yeah.
It's a super.
Yep, this might be Daskalu.
The square root of an isosceles triangle is the 1
Yeah.
times the 20, the power of 2.
Yeah, so you can
So,
see that, like,
yeah.
she throws the mace, and it's like all of the horrors contained within it tries to, like, jump out at this zombie, and it's just unfazed because
Yeah.
it's her, like, throw of it is so wimpy.
It's
just
seen
looks so
everything.
silly.
Like there is nothing you can do to the zombie that he hasn't already experienced. However, you hit it like square in the jaw, and his jaw just flies off. He's not doing it.
Fabulous. Fabulous.
Yeah. John, your turn.
All right. This one on the one on my left, the one in front, the one that had its jaw ripped off. I think Carla's already kicked the crap out of that one. I'm gonna focus on the one in front of me and go for a slam.
All right, go ahead.
All right. Come on, baby. Balance of the universe. I miss entirely. Whiff. 1. Got a 1.
Yeah. No, you go wide and you hit the wall, adding to the carnage of this room.
I see the
Have
the
some
jaw.
respect for this mansion.
I see the jaw fly off, and I just good hit. Oh, slam into the wall. Damn. And I'm basically just going to square up with this thing. I'm not moving. That's it.
All right. Top it around, Casario.
Yes. So, right. The one John just missed. I'm gonna take a swing at that guy. I'm gonna look at him go. "Oh." And yeah, I'll try to hit him
All right.
with
go
my
ahead.
spiritual weapon. Ooh, okay. 17 to hit.
That hits.
Yay. Ooh, okay. 8 damage.
So that was the one. That's the one furthest on the left, right? So below your spiritual weapon.
That's the
try
one
to hit-
directly on top of John. I feel like that's whichever one John just tried to hit.
Yeah, the one
one
against
John-
the wall.
North.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yep. That one.
All right. Done.
So the reason I was trying to hit it was it seemed like the more threatening one, given the other one has no jaw.
Correct.
Yeah, and I'm like Carla. I don't have to step around Carla.
No, you can move through me.
Yeah. No, I don't need to move through. I'm just gonna I'm gonna place my hand forward. I will also yeah, that was a bonus action, right? Okay, I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on John at first level.
Okay. For how much?
That's a great question. Okay. That's a 7 points of healing.
All right, thank you very much. That basically, like the claw that went into my side in the last one, you can see that wound sort of like just suture up and become smooth. Thanks, Casario. Make sure like keep these things away from Carla.
Yeah, so okay, so here's what happens. Like Casario looks at John as he like kind of whiffed that one, and she's like bang, and the spiritual weapon like hits it
And it's like, woof. And then she goes, I guess she touches him, like his wounds kind of heal up, and she's like,
Oh, that feels better.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Good thing you
Alright,
have
so the
me.
zombie's turn. I imagine the
11
one at the
points
top
of
gets,
damage.
I was going to say, gets utterly disintegrated by the daggers that are still flying around there.
And then as it finally slashes through it, it like clashes. The like actual dagger that gets thrown gets clashed to the ground.
Cool.
That's
as
really
it stops
cool.
spinning, so that's a free area.
All right. The other one tries to both bite and claw at you, John. Ooh, this is going to be tricky. For a 15.
I'm a 16.
Aha!
Yeah.
Misses.
Oh, thank goodness. Yeah,
Turn
this
up,
this
your turn.
time with only one target, he catches the jaw again.
My turn.
No!
Okay, I mean, yeah, I'm going to just pop, and just kind of get behind it. If I enter its range, it needs to attack me, whatever. Go for it. But
If you want to walk all the way around it, you're not going to be able to because this whole area is rough terrain, so you're not going to be able
Oh.
to make all that.
okay, then I'll just pop up beside John. We'll do it diagonally then. I'll like
That's fine.
clamber up on a couple of bit of rubble, and then I'll stand tall, so I'm looking in its eyes as I bring down my dagger on it.
For once in your life.
Yeah. I'm gonna bring down my daggers on this this hair zombie.
You're gonna use your daggers?
Yeah, that's a 12.
That hits.
Okay, cool. Right, wonderful. Okay, so that's 3 is a 13 damage.
Add a 1d4 because you're doing radiant damage because you have a special dagger now.
Yes. That's not a D4, that's a D6. Okay, that's 14.
How much did you throw on the d4?
1.
1. You can double that because it's radiant damage.
Oh, okay. 2, so that's 15 damage.
5th. Wow. Okay. It's bleeding like profusely.
Bleeding. Okay. What can I do for a bonus? Not much. I think I'm gonna pop on back out of range of it.
It will do an opportunity attack on you though.
Okay. I'll take
Okay.
it.
That is a 22.
Sure does hit. Oh god, maybe I shouldn't have taken it.
That is 7 points of slashing damage.
Alrighty. Okay.
All right. John.
All right, I'm gonna just do a regular attack on this thing, not a great weapon caster, but I'm gonna flavor it if I make a hit. So
Okay.
that's fine. Oh my god, double ones! Like since the last one, I got another one.
Okay. So you hit the wall and another piece of stone comes crumbling down, barely hitting you.
Ow.
Or barely not hitting you.
All right. So I'm gonna essentially flavoring the rest of my turn. I'm going to try to angle this thing towards Casariel's spirit blade.
Okay. You
That's it.
fail at doing
Well,
that.
yeah, no. So I don't actually do anything, but like, if she hits it, I want to be part of it.
Okay. With your natural one, we'll see what happens.
Okay, I don't do anything.
Sarah,
God,
top
this
of the
thing
round,
is
you're-
slippery.
Yeah. So Casariel moves closer to John, and she's like waiting for him to hit this thing real hard, and he like whiffs it and hits the wall behind her, and she like ducks from some rubble, and she's like, "What the shit, John?" She's like, "Fucking duck." She pushes him down. The spiritual weapon takes a swipe at him. Oh, 13 plus 7. 20. Dirty 20. Super dirty.
Dirty 20.
So dirty.
I want out.
Sorry. You can't leave. I'm sorry, Carla. I'm just-
Pushes him down. Dirty 20.
Okay. It's a 2 plus 4, 6 damage.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. How's he look?
You know what I'm going to ask.
Hmm?
What happens?
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So she's expecting John to finish this guy. He whiffs it. He hits the wall. Like rubble falls at her. She's like, "What the shit, John?" She like palms him down, and she like kind of like wills her spiritual weapon to like, it's like, and then whack. It like it decapitates the thing, and the head like flies off and rolls to the other side of the room.
You go for the jugular, right? You go for the neck. So your blade comes down, and as it growls at you, you just stop it like mid-growl. That's it. It's gone. Love it.
And
Did you forget? That's how it's done, buddy. You know, you used to chop off the head. Oh, you just hit it in general. I mean,
trying the old
is it a mimic?
mover. So
is it a mimic? The wall is a mimic.
No, I'm not used to fighting this close to a wall. I should have been in a more open area. That was my bad. No, I was trying to do the remember the leg sweep thing. So I was gonna sweep the leg, grab his throat, and jam him into your weapon. Remember the technique we tried, but never mind.
Yeah, sorry, you can see like a moment of like it hurts her. Like it's a little tiny moment of restraint, and then Gasario like she ducks down and sweeps the fucking leg. Daniel's son.
Oh,
Like that.
Like that.
Should just climb on him. You mean like that?
So standing here, the zombies defeated. The room still looks pretty much in disarray. The furniture strewn about feels like it might have been from upstairs. It might have been from downstairs. It's hard to make out, but at least the room is quiet again. A single lamp is lying in between the rubble, and it's surprisingly still lit.
I'll stand up and hand my my hand down to him.
Yeah, I like that.
I will use thaumaturgy to make the lamp brighter, if I can.
Ooh.
Sure. And I will honor that. Hang on.
More fine trickery. So she, with one hand, she helps John up. With the other hand, she makes the room brighter. And she'll just like chuck him under the chin.
Ooh. Wow, bright.
Keep up, buddy.
You saw the first two. They were just gone. They were.
No, what happened? I didn't see it.
oh,
I was in the other
he
room.
crushed them. Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, good job.
Thank you, Carla. Thank you.
Oh no, that's
thought it was going
great.
crazy. There were 5.
I missed it. She totally saw it. Sides of the camera.
Yeah.
But you know, if we want to kill anything, John's got about 10 more minutes of being sort of super John before all that fun little ghosty business goes away.
I do feel fast.
no,
Wait,
no,
that's ghosts?
Oh, well, it's gifts from ghosts. I tell their tales
I'm
and
ready.
they give me things.
I gave her like my spiritual weapon. I'm like, let's go.
Right.
Let's fucking go.
If there's anything else in here? No, it just looks like a messed up room.
Yeah, let's get the hell out.
Yeah, because I was just walking with like a giant moon scythe, spiritual, spectral moon scythe, trailing behind her.
I will allow you to just take it with you at least for
It
right.
for sure fades before we get anywhere else, but like she just
Probably, but it's just for funsies.
You know what I'm gonna do once I'm over
So you
here.
have to-
up in the carpet.
how long does the spiritual weapon last? Is it 10 minutes?
Yeah, I believe a minute, right?
Oh,
10 turns, yeah.
let's find
Yeah,
out.
so it's a minute.
It's yeah.
Okay. Damn.
In
But,
combat,
it's-
it's great.
yeah.
Out of combat,
So,
they
Mage
come and
hand the
they
door.
go.
Mage hand the door, and just so it's like it's basically because Bardic Inspiration is a 10-minute thing. John's got this for 10 minutes.
Yeah, so I'm
Yep.
I'm sort of ready to
Yeah.
deal with whatever's there.
All right,
Okay.
go ahead
Mage
and
hand
open it.
open. Opened.
You open
know,
the
peek
door,
inside.
and behind it is another room that is pretty well lit. It seems to be a dining room. At least it should have been. The table and chairs are still there, though. But, again, as with the rest of the mansion, this place is in complete disrepair. It seems the table has been set for one. With a cup and a plate, with a little bread on it, and some condiments.
I don't
Lovely.
want-
Keep going, John.
Yep, I don't want to know what they were eating.
Oh, look at it. Mage Hand opened the store.
You open the door behind the dining room and look into, obviously, the kitchen. The kitchen itself is a place of horror, you would say. For the kitchen itself has everything you would need to make a dinner that you would not soon forget. Everywhere around the kitchen area are body parts strewn about, crates and plates filled with intestines, arms, legs, hearts, and the latter and more. The smell is absolutely terrible. But there's also a wheel of cheese, so there's that.
That's all I
My
can,
brain was going, there's a wheel of cheese. That probably is good.
so all I can see through the door, I'm imagining, is the cheese. I'm like, oh, that cheese smells horrible.
Yeah,
think
you would think this is Limburger.
John, I think that might be the decaying bodies, actually. Look to the ground.
John is the best.
I don't think. That,
Okay, let's
there's
go.
Nothing,
Let's
there's
go.
nothing.
Let's
I-
go.
ugh.
Let's go.
Hi, Kazariel. There's nothing in there, and he just starts walking past the next door.
Yeah, as they come out, she's got her eye on this statue, and also the other doors. You know, she's just stayed out here to make sure they were all safe.
Fair enough.
Mage Hand that door. Sending John in as the sacrifice.
Feeling very
Go ahead.
sacrificial.
The door obviously opens up to what seems to be a bathroom.
Oh, I had a weird experience in the bathroom. I'm gonna go in here.
Okay. The tub seems to be empty, but there is a bowl of water standing on a table.
Was it in the
there's,
Sanguine Rose or?
No, in the
Ask your
in the
friend.
in the death house, I saw my dead body in the bath.
This is what Carla thinks is.
There's a
Ariel?
bloody paw or a bloody hand on the table,
Sorry.
but other than that, this place looks just like a bathroom.
When I look in the mirror, is there anything weird going on there? Like when I look behind it.
I wouldn't call you weird, but you see yourself.
I don't know.
She's pretty
Carla
weird.
is very weird. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, well.
She came in here
there's
because she
something
thought
weird
it was
going on
haunted.
there, man.
Yeah. In the toilet, nothing.
There's a waft of something terrible, but nothing that you've smelled before. Like, you know, it's like that doesn't even compare.
Okay. Just for the sake of it, she's going to take that hairbrush.
Sure,
hers
it's a
now.
wooden hairbrush.
Bag of holding.
And you know where it goes? It
Bag.
goes right in the bag of holding. You're so correct.
Sure.
So John is going to
next
try to
door-
open the door.
The next door seems to be locked.
This door seems to
Pull
be
out that
locked.
key. I'll pull out the key that we got and attempt to
There
open
is
it.
no keyhole on this door.
Oh.
I think I might have the key, and he holds up his weapon. Yes.
But yes, you could certainly do that. Obviously, you're very strong. But we are something of guests, are we not? Should
We
we, not
just-
just
We just killed
Hey,
5
those
things in the
people.
other room.
It was
mess?
dead people in the
mess
shed.
you.
John's going to wind up and hit
Message.
the door.
Okay, give me a attack roll.
Alrighty, let's see. Go for another one. 3 in a row? Nope. Okay. That is going to be a 6 plus 9, so 15.
Cool. Give me a damage roll.
Ooh. Alrighty, so that's going to be... Where are my d6s? There we go. 2, 4, 6 plus 5. That's 11.
All right, you take 11 points of damage from hitting the door as the door just vibrates so harshly that the damage just vibrates back at you.
I'm very glad I didn't do a heavy weapon master attack.
Yes, you should be.
you see him clang against it, and the weapon like bounces back, and his arms just like, ow!
Oh dear.
I watch it. I pause a bit mid-sentence. As I was saying, Carla, perhaps you should message Daskalu.
Thank God for my
I mean,
temporary
Do
hit
we
points,
want
by the
him
way.
to know we're here? We can
He's
kill
me.
him.
Well, I mean, he's our friend, is he not?
He has dead bodies in the shed. Dead bodies in the shed. Did you smell that?
You don't know this is his place.
It's
What's
true.
gotten into
Yes.
you? Don't
You're
you
the
want
one
to
who
know why
wanted
he
to come in
brought us
here guns blazing. If I had my way, we'd all be invisible.
Well, I
trailing
didn't
through
break
this
down his
house.
door. It opened. I
Yes, but
came
you
in.
very elegantly pushed it open with your lovely magic to
I did.
signal that we should enter.
Hey,
did
can
hit
you
the
do that on
floor.
this door?
Yes, it looked very
Maybe
good.
that would open it.
I'll try thaumaturgy, but I feel like it's locked, so no.
Doesn't work.
I'm like barely listening to John. Again, Carla and I are just about getting into it. I'm like, I try and it doesn't open, and we're back.
We're back into it.
Is that what it feels like
Okay.
when I hit somebody with that thing? Damn.
It's not a good. We were trailing him for weeks
Daskaloo.
back in Neverwinter.
Daskaloo.
Oh, do you want
Hello?
to make real noise? Do you want to make real fucking noise? Carla's gonna pull out her bagpipes
Wait, actually,
and
what,
start
what
I
told us
love
that
that
this
Carla
blasting
and
them.
Carla just get into it now.
was there a sign?
blasting them.
Was there a sign out front that said what did the sign out front say again when we
There
arrived?
wasn't. There
There's
wasn't.
no
a
sign.
Oh, I
outside.
thought there were okay. There was a sign.
Dr. Daskaloo's Murder Emporium.
So there's nothing. All we know is it's a haunted house. We don't know anything
We
about
saw
that.
dead
lights-
bodies, and that
these
was
l-
what we were looking for him for.
Yeah,
That's
there's lights
what we
around it, like
calculated.
beep, 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 come on in
Yeah.
here, Dust.
Yeah.
Carla's smart enough to put that together. I'm going to say this right now. Carla's smart enough to think, oh, a pile of dead bodies randomly in a shed smells really bad. She would have been investigating him as well back in Neverwinter. This would be a similar MO. That is... Okay. That's why we're establishing it that, you know.
Yeah.
So
Carla was the whole reason why we know him.
I kind of want to retcon the whole like trying to break down the door. Break down the door. This is hand carved mahogany.
Oh my god.
Do you want to take it back?
No. I'm not taking it back. I'm just.
that lever.
I'm sorry. It was a imprison group thing.
I'm sorry.
Is hand carved
I just wanna make
mahogany? No. I don't want to retcon anything. I just want to retcon
Alright.
what he said.
Oh, fair enough.
All right. I
Okay, the
guess-
bagpipes are going. I'm screeching them out, and
Right.
I'm minor illusioning a loud noise as well on top of it that sounds like the bagpipes. So there's like accompanying ones. It's a wonderful funeral rhythm that she knows off by heart. And yeah, it's beautiful. It would be really gorgeous to like some people, but not to many. Definitely not here.
There's something
'cause
phenomenally
Carla-
dreary
Carla-
about what you're doing, right?
Oh man.
But other than that, it
Lover's
doesn't do
chat.
anything.
Oh, two alphas. Two alpha women.
It's all right.
And John's just trying to
they work
survive.
together. They're
I guess. Are we going up or? Just watch out for that thing. If it starts moving, I don't like that. I don't like that thing.
Okay, so just to be sure, I was screaming like Daskaloo, and Carla just blew her bagpipes and rolled out.
There's no reaction
Nothing?
to that.
Okay.
Hey, big thing in the middle. Are you? What's your deal? Are you thing? Are you alive?
You don't really get a reaction.
All right. It's probably fine. It's probably fine.
Don't step on the carpet, John.
Can I go up the stairs?
You remember that
Yes,
time?
you can.
No. I'm saying the car, Casario.
You remember that time in the museum when we had to track down that artifact?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, and the carpet was real bad.
That was a one-time thing. That probably won't happen again. He's just gonna start walking upstairs,
All right.
keeping an eye on
So-
the statue as he does.
As you go up the stairs, a very quick question for you guys. Looking at the time, this should be the time
Oh,
we
no.
usually end our episode. Do you guys want to continue? Because like very tense and whatnot. But do you guys want to continue?
I think this is a good cliffhanger.
I'll leave it up to
We've
you.
kind of cleared the bottom as much as we could.
I got
Easy
hurt.
peasy.
I got hurt by
Yeah.
a door more than I got hurt by any one zombie.
That's not true.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I don't
All
think
right.
that's true.
I got hit by 2 zombies that did 14 damage to me once, but that one did 11 to me.
Check the tape.
Every zombie did 7
So-
damage. Anyway.
Fair enough. Then we'll end with the fact that you walk up the stairs, and at the end of the stairs, you see something that you will see next week.
Everything is perfect and everyone lives happily ever after.
Oh no, trust me, it's not perfect at the top of the stairs. Far from it.
I feel like because I got 300 foot of vision, you don't want to leave. You don't want to leave everyone with like what Casario like peeks in and sees.
Sorry, you're still at the bottom of the stairs. I'm sorry.
True, I am.
No,
Sorry,
there
guys.
nothing was seen. Haha.
What do you see?
Oh my God! It's
All right. You guys want one spoonful of like for next week?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Go for it.
All right. Going up the stairs, the first thing you do is quickly look around because you are on edge. Something is definitely fucked up here. And you look around, and the first thing you spot is a completely blood-covered next week.
Guys, help us
And I'm
out.
not
What
lying.
is it?
Spiritual weapon to
In Twitch chat, in YouTube
chat.
chat, in all the chats, in social media, help. What is it?
Help. Just help.
yeah.
Help us.
If
This
you're
is homebrew, so I feel like nobody can help you. This is homebrew. No, damn it.
Ah.
and
help us.
who were the zombies? Were they just the former family here? Did we just kill the residents? What's going on here?
Do we recognize
Who
them?
knows, right? All will be revealed in episode number 20 of The Curse of Strahd next week. Oh, yes, we're gonna have fun.
My biggest question
but
is:
for
were
now-
there any roses in that room? But anyway, beyond.
Oh, yeah. Like,
18 plants. Just
Exciting.
18.
plants.
Yeah, we gotta cast identify 18 times. Could be
I
a
think,
super
honestly,
riveting
Sariel, if
episode.
one of those is like get high plant me and you should do those and work out our issue.
Yeah, I feel like the issues might just be that we're both amazing. And it's
We're
kind of
both just
you're
strong-headed.
amazing. Like I'm used to being amazing, so like, are we just gonna both be amazing, or like, what's the deal? Like, maybe we
Yeah.
should just make out. I don't know. Fine.
I love that. Okay, so we're going to leave it at that for this week, but tune in next week for another episode of The Curse of Strahd, where they're going to finally find what's upstairs. That's going to be better.
And
It's going to be fun.
And just one last insert. The first weekend of September, I believe, we're going to be taking a break from the game, the live play stream.
Yep.
Because I'm going to be visiting my family. So,
There will
But we
be
might have-
additional content.
yes,
Yep,
there will
we
be
might have additional content
Yeah.
up. So make sure to check that out. But at least coming week, we will still be here. So
Yes.
if you want to know what's upstairs and more, then tune in next week.
Also, like and subscribe and comment and do all of that stuff that you're meant to do on social media. We really would need it. Thank you.
It would really help. You guys are
All
awesome.
that. Yes.
It sounded like a request, but it was not. Thank you.
No, that's
No.
a demand.
There is no door. There are only magazines.
Do it.
All right.
Bye.